Good morning, everybody. I know it's early. I couldn't sleep, so I'm up. Just get out. I get some thoughts off my chest. Cause sometimes at night I toss and turn and can't get that sleep on. And so I said, instead of just going back and forth over my pillow, I might as well get up and uh, hell, share my thoughts on my blog. Why not, hell? And so thought I'd get up and share these thoughts with you. Good morning for those of you who are already up, and I'm just trying to make sure everything is set up correctly. This is Rico the Opinionist, and Facebook, my YouTube channel is Rico the Opinionist. Please like, share, subscribe. And also on this, I have my PayPal and my Cash App. My Cash App is changed to Rico the Opinionist. Yeah, my PayPal is still Rico Rivers, but mess with me on either one of them if you feel like you want to. What else? And in this description box that's on my YouTube channel, I still have my book. I have my nonprofit link up there. If you have not purchased the book, this is February 1st. Hey, it's a nice little Black History present that we can share around. It's called The Greatest Pain I Ever Felt. My conversation with my absent biological father who never wanted to be found. This 40 pages of a short story that I'd share because it's something that actually happened years ago for me, and I just thought I'd share that under the guise of fatherlessness and the importance of fathers in children's lives. And so hope that story would resonate with some folks. Share it with those. If you'd like to purchase the short stories, only $10. Hit the Cash App, and when you hit the Cash App, send me an email address because I have it in an ebook, a PDF file form only. So get with me on that. And let's get some things straight here. I want to be able to sit this down and talk to you. Let's see, where'd that damn thing go? Y'all see, I have my morning voice. It's interesting. I was born in the morning, but hate the mornings. Born in the winter, but hate the winter. How can I do this? Let's see. Yeah. Can y'all see me? Okay. Just to make sure my GSU is shining brightly, and okay. I know a lot of things. You have a lot of thoughts on your mind, and I am an opinionist. Good morning, Nancy. How are you, sweetheart? And this is Travis. Good morning, brother. This is the kickoff of Black History Month, and y'all know we'll have our same old, Dr. King, Malcolm X, and I wish we were Black History all year round, but I guess this is the month where we're really trying to say a lot of cool black stuff. And so I may post some stuff on my page, this Facebook page. And shout out to the fellas over at on my All Men's page over there. What's up, brothers? And everybody, of course, at my Rico the Opinionist page and my YouTube channel, Rico the Opinionist. So a lot of things has been going on. So I'll take my time. If you got a minute, because y'all know I like to talk about everything. It's nothing just specific. I like to throw out a plethora or a myriad of topics. And I watch the news just like y'all do. I read the blogs just like y'all do. And I just kind of sit back and I absorb. And I enjoy being a blogger or a vlogger on my YouTube channel, but I know I'm going to have to pick up the pace. Because you have folks, man, who put articles out or they put YouTube videos up twice and 3 times a day. And I'm like, I guess I'm not that committed to it. Because when I talk, and it's not taken away from the content creators anywhere. I'm a little different. I am an Aquarius, and we tend to do things when we're passionately moved to do so. And we are procrastinators too. We let stuff pile up, then we knock it down all at once. And so this is what I'll be doing this morning. I guess I couldn't sleep, and so I want to share with y'all. This is, you know how you have songs in your head that just will not go away. You hear them, and it takes me a minute to get songs out of my head. And two songs that have, I guess, because I was on YouTube or I'm watching these shows, and two songs that continue to go through my head. And I'm sure by the end of the day, I'll hear something else on the radio or something that's on television that'll replace these songs. The first one is, Aretha Franklin's old song, one of Aretha Franklin's old soul songs from the early 70s, because I heard Fantasia sing it on Soul Train Awards back in 2015, but I wouldn't listen to the original song as well. And Aretha's the queen for a reason, and I like the way she wrote her songs, I like the way she presented her songs, and even when she was hurt. Did you know the black men weren't disrespected even when she was hurt? Yeah, Gladys Knight the same way. Even when they were hurt, Shaka Khan, Nita Baker, even when they were hurt, a black man broke their hearts. They were still very ladylike and dignified, even in how they expressed their hurt. And the song, you probably say, well, Rico, what's the name of the damn song? Well, the name of the song is "Don't Play That Song for Me." How can I? Don't play that song for me. 'Cause it brings back too many memories of the times that I once knew, or all the times when I'm with you. Oh Lord, when you didn't play, boom, boom, boom. Please don't play this song. And right away, remember when they're talking about when he lied. You lied, lied. Yeah. And so that song, it just has a good rhythm. It's very melodic. And Aretha's she's the queen for a reason. And I like songs like that. I don't listen to these very humanely or humanly debilitating songs that these new so-called soul, well, there's no more soul. Ribs and barbecue, shout out to Tamar Braxton. But rhythm and blues, or even neo soul. It's not even neo soul anymore. It's these little Summer Walker Tramps. And I don't have a problem with women singing songs of heartbreak, but it's the way it was done that, we got it and we felt terrible about it and we want to do better. But the way they do it now is so trash. It's just trash. And the way Aretha and Gladys and Shaka did it, even Anita Baker, if she sang about heartbreak, which is kind of rare in her music, it was done to let us know in a particular way, in a particular English, and it was done in a feminine, expressive way. I'm disappointed in you. I'm disappointed in you not holding up your end of the bargain. That's the way I like songs like that, because I want everybody to be as expressive as they want to be in their art, be it music, be it writing, be it drawing, or whatever. But I still believe there's a way which it can be done. And Aretha Franklin is the queen of soul for a reason. And that's the same for men too, but I'm talking about us right now. All this N-word, he's a dust, all that, I can't. If y'all like that those Summer Walker types, R.E. Lennox, what the other hell? All them little bras. Using the N-word and cussing in their so-called "You Hurt Me" songs. Even NDRE had a hurt song, but it wasn't something, that was just debilitating and just so trash. She expressed her hurt in a very feminine and ladylike way. Good morning, Jackie Harris, sweetheart. And that's the first song that's been in my head. I'm a brother of the South. I love soul music, and I know soul music is not just Southern, but some about that Southern soul. And the other song, believe it or not, it's an old gospel song from those who from Mississippi. It's called a Cant Spiritual. It's called Heavenly Choir. There was this church. Now in the back of the woods, and in this old church, there was an old deacon there. It's a story about the old man. He's been in the church for years, and he asked the choir director if he could sing in the choir, and he told him that he couldn't. He said, "You were too old." And he's like, "Why? Because you got a tremble in your voice." It's cool. So go look up Canton Spirituals, heavily choir for those. And I'm not a church dude, but I like soul music, gospel soul music. I like music that talks to us. And I'm not a religious dude at all. I'm getting that Jesus and Christ and all that shit. But I like singing. And you know, when you see the original, you go and look for, you know, YouTube, you'll look for the original, Cant Spirituals. They did a great job. There's a reason that they're iconic and legendary in the gospel world. But also, and I look for people who do remakes. You know how the younger generation try to sing those old songs, and I go and check out who's doing it best. And I found one young guy, and he's in the living room with his auntie and grandma and stuff. He's probably about 14 or 60 years old. I don't know his name, but then there's this other brother. I've listened to him about 5 times. His name is Brandon Brown. He does a good version of it. You know, and it's a real old, it's a little bitty black church. I mean, one of those stereotypical old black church that got the old women in the choir. And it's because of nothing but women in these churches, and old black women and old aunties, and with little kids and young boys in there and a few girls. You know those little bitty churches. And when you look at the video, Yasmin, good morning. You see, they have the stained glass window with the white Jesus and the white Mary. I'm talking about, Negro Church. And this little cat, he's singing, and I'm in there. He's just singing so effortlessly, just singing the song. Of course, you know, his orientation has nothing to do with it, but those gay dudes in church be singing their ass off. Man, no wonder 75% of gospel male singers are gay. They be singing their ass off. Maybe 70%, maybe 75 is too high, but they sing their ass off, and I don't take it away from them. If they sing really well, I listen. You know, because I'm not going to hold them hostage because of their sexual orientation. Because they give a good product, I'm there, and that young man is singing his ass off. And so those 2 songs that just keep stuck in my head. But anyway, those are just so. And for those of you who are just joining me, I'm just up this morning because I couldn't sleep. And DeAndre, you wait. I could not sleep because, you know, when you're an opinionist and specifically when you're an Aquarius, we have a lot on our minds and we can't. And so we don't write it out right then and there. If we don't talk it out, we toss and toil at night. So this is one of those nights. I even went to sleep early. I think 11:30 or 12. That's early for me. And before I knew it, boom, I'm up. A lot of thoughts in my head. And so I said, okay, hell, let me just get on up and let me talk to y'all for a minute. And another thing is on my mind, I guess what's in the news, this white football player who beat the living crap with a capital C out of his black girlfriend. And because she wouldn't bow to him. I'm going to come from a couple of perspectives. And I can say this, hey, when swirling goes bad, boom, bow. And so, congratulations, DeAndre. Oh, you an Aquarius too, brother? Right on the cusp. Very cool, February 1st. Congratulations, brother. Let's see. How can I? And y'all notice the silence. The silence. I put a post on there talking about it on my pages and my Instagram and all this. It's like, hello, can anybody hear me over this deafening silence? How come ABC, CBS, NBC, Gail King, all these people, why aren't y'all all over this story? If it were not for social media, we wouldn't know anything about this. Well, and that's one of the many pluses of social media. You can get stuff out when the mainstream white media won't touch it. And it's interesting because when Ray Rice had his incident all over the place, they even go on back to, I read a review from One Night in Miami. I haven't seen the movie, but I read a review of some feminist chick, how they're accusing the producers and the director, Regina King, of the movie One Night in Miami, of purposely leaving out Jim Brown's woman abuse from his storyline in the movie. Even they're going back to the 60s. Even from the 60s, they're going to try to dig up Jim Brown. And yeah, Jim Brown used to body slam some chicks now. Oh, by the way, y'all share this live. Jim Brown used to body slam some chicks now. He was the man. Jim Brown was known for that. In his little domestic violence disputes when he was a football player back in the day. And he left football at 29 years old to pursue movies. All through the 70s, he was in a lot of cool movies. But that's how they do black athletes. They're going to dig up 40 years ago. But this is very recent, just happened. And guess what? We didn't know about it till a week later because of it being leaked to social media. They had already gone through the charges, and the Seattle Seahawks had done what they were going to do, and all this. A week later, it just happened to leak it to social media. They had no intentions of bringing it to light. And now they want to try to say, well, he's bipolar disorder. No, all that ass whoop. Let me tell y'all something. I've worked in mental health over 20 years. Folks with bipolar disorder, they go off. They have attitude and all this, but they don't do what he did. They need to come out and admit, this is just me talking, that there was some drugs involved. Had to be some drugs involved for that ass whooping. And then for him to have dinner. And then when she came to, he said, oh shit, I thought you were dead. Come on, y'all. I guess they're going to give him the schizophrenic. No, whatever it is, white sociopathy or white psychopathy is given a pass. But we see time and time again when black men with mental illness get shot down and murdered by the cops. Or then, black mental illness is not taken seriously. We're not given that pass. So whatever y'all saying about that, it is true. He's being given a pass. Ben rapes a lot, or Rapesenberger, whatever's his name, he was given a pass. So there's a difference in how they treat black men, period. Athletes or professionals in corporate America, what have you. Ray Rice, even Chris Brown. How they just ran and raked him over the coals. He was terrible. He was this, he was that, and his career was damn near ruined. Well, his pop career was ruined. So he went down into the hood to keep his career going. And that's why he looks so ugly right now, tattooed up and ignorant. Disgusting. I hate that for him. But Rihanna got to soar as if she didn't have good sense. You're going to sit here and hit a guy in the side of the face when he's driving. You're going to try to slap him while he's driving, all because some woman texted him on his phone. So you get to beat him up while he's driving in traffic, which you could have caused both of your deaths. And then you're going to grab him by his testicles, and that's when he just had enough, and he pulled over and gave you that Mike Tyson, Roy Jones beat down. I mean, I'm not being disparaging towards Roy Jones. That was very, I'll just say that two-piece and a pepper, that, that's that. And then all of a sudden, he needed counseling. He was a monster, but she doesn't need counseling. That's how they do. So with this whole deal with this white male beating up this black female, I'm asking the question. Where are the protect black women feminists at? Megan Thee Stallion, where you at, sweetheart? Gloria Allred, you feminist bitch, where are you? Me Too, where y'all? Where all this? It's funny when they say protect black women, it's under the guise of, I guess they're being harmed by black men. Where all those people want those dudes in Harlem for attacking that black woman? Where are those men and women coming out against this white boy saying he's an animal, he needs to be, where is that movement? Because y'all want that little brother buried under the jail for his attacking his sister. I'm not condoning that. I'm just looking at the difference in response. So when we think that black men are attacking black women need protect black women. But I don't hear that protect black women all over social media, sisters and beta male simp black dudes. Isn't that interesting? So not just white culture, white America that supplements or gives white male bad behavior a pass. We do it too. Men in our community do it as well. That black male is something, huh? Anything he does is magnified times 10. Everyone else is minimized. And I, as one who has taught domestic violence classes with 15 men in a group, I don't condone domestic violence. I grew up in domestic violence. I grew up with women getting their ass beat in my living room as a little kid, 6 years old, all the way up to about 17 years old, 16. Yeah, I saw that. So I'm not a fan of women being beaten up just because, because it's something to do. And in that batterers class, I would tell these men whenever I got a chance to facilitate these groups, I would let them know the difference between domestic violence and a batterer. And the case with that young woman, with the white male, the white boy, she was battered. And I would tell them this. See, domestic violence is when two people are getting into it. He's trying to leave. She jumps on his back. You ain't going nowhere, mother lover. He said, man, I'm tired of this shit. He pushes her on a chair. She throws an ashtray at his head. They're going at it. Domestic violence. They won't stop. Neither one. A batterer is a son of a bitch. The male or the female who's powerless. Because we can say female now. Because we're going to have to stop. When we say batterer, we're going to have to stop saying just men. Because men and women batter. The difference is men don't report at half the rate because of how we're socialized as men with ego and pride. And guess what? Men get made fun of if they report that their woman or their girlfriend, their wife or what have you is beating on them. You a man, you let a woman beat you? Yeah, that's why you have this. Women are 3 times more than men to be battered in these relationships, domestic violence. We know why? Because the men are reporting. That's why it appears the numbers are that way. But they're still using antiquated numbers from 10 to 15 years ago. If you look at the recent numbers, they've come up some. It's almost damn near equal. But we want to push the narrative that the batterer is the man. Yeah. But we cannot pretend that women aren't battering. Because you know why? Because a lot of these men are taught never hit a woman. I don't care what you do. It's not very manly to strike back or defend yourself when a woman's beating the shit out of you, pistol whipping you, calling you all kinds of disparaging names, stabbing you, cutting you, depraving you of life, liberty, and all of that, and freedom. No, you're not. You won't be a man if you defend yourself against a woman. So a lot of young boys are taught this foolishness. So that's why you have them not reporting, because there are men out there who will call them weak if they report it. I'm encouraging men to report it. I'm encouraging men to fight back, just like they encourage women to fight back. They've even made movies with Jennifer Lopez. Enough. They made movies where they learn to shoot. They learn taekwondo to kick the male batterer's ass. But we celebrate that. So that means we need to stop teaching boys to accept abuse because she's a female. But this white boy done beat the black chick up. I saw her picture. Typical interracial chick in an interracial relationship with a white man, full of weave, her face beat, because her original picture and her makeup picture told that, as people say, makeup is the devil. And y'all know that when these black chicks get with these white men, they turn into, oh my God, I'm such a damsel in distress. They get feminine, they get girly. So they almost like they're happy to be, they've won. They always talking about black men when they get a white woman. It's a surprise, but y'all ain't seen these black chicks when they get with white men. Oh my God, they have won. I'm not accusing this woman of this, nor am I condoning her being attacked. I'm just throwing everything into the pot. And, I hope she gets justice. But I need us to stop these hypocritical responses when it comes to white men. I just need them to cut it out. Because I think it's disingenuous. I want us to be fair. And I need, all of us just have, look at this thing like it's supposed to be looked at. Violence is violence, domestic abuse is domestic abuse. Come on. But, it's how society works. On its own terms or on whims. And, and so, social media is still pushing mainstream media to report this. And, they said, well, he was fired by the Seattle Seahawks. No, his contract was already over after 2020. So he didn't really lose anything. Ray Rice lost everything. His wife stayed with him. He can't get a job anywhere. Hell, Black America when he hired a man. Isn't that something? And we saw right there what was going on with that situation. Go on, girl, go. She walked up on them. They were both drunk. Bam, bam, bam. She walked into that two-piece. Am I condoning that, thinking that's okay? No. But I live in 2021 now. I lived in 2020. I lived in 1999. I lived in 2000. I heard women when they say we are equal, we want equality, and they've been legally and socially and all other aspects of it been given equality. So why do you expect men to still behave in such an antiquated fashion? No, it'll be none of that. No, like Ed Murphy made a joke in the 80s when he was talking about when a woman gets upset and they're driving home. Let me out, let me out. You know, the gentleman simp would say, no, we're not having any of that. No, let me out. You know, she gets upset. And then Eddie Murphy was like, shit, get the fuck out. See, that's what I'm talking about. That's red pill right there. You can't be independent and be a boss and be a bitch, but still want me to be a simp and a gentleman. Those days are over. Now, those of us over 45, we're done for. But I want the young men to not acquiesce to that bipolar behavior in today's young women. You want to be all this and all that, but you want him to still be a gentleman. That's not how it works. See, your femininity is what gets that kind of treatment. So when I see girls out there pumping gas for these young men, you know, at the gas station, a lot of these old guys in my age group, that's terrible. Man, we got the woman out there pumping the gas. He's such a bitch. He's this and that. No, that's the sign of the times, old guy. These young women are pumping their gas while he sits in the front seat on his phone. Because she's not demanding it, because she's a boss bitch. She's independent. Maybe you fathers need to teach your daughters. Maybe mamas need to teach their daughters. Be feminine. Be a lady. You get everything under the sun. This is my message to women. 18 to 30 years old. If you want everything that you can get from a man, be a lady. Be feminine. Be sweet. Be a girl. And that's how you soften us up. Being yes, auntie, yes, bitch, and boss bitch and all that. You'll get us. Yeah, you can get some money too, but you're going to be out a whole lot more than that, little mama. That's why you have these chicks who go that route. By the time they're 28 years old, they're already old and haggard and depressed and angry because they used their booty instead of their beauty to get through life. And they're educated. Well, I'm educated. I got a PhD and all that. Nobody cares about that. I can remember even before Kevin Samuels, shout out to Kevin Samuels, but he made this mainstream, telling women what men of higher value really want. When I was a young man, I never cared about, and it was just natural. Men don't care about women's utilities, meaning they don't care about your high paying job. They don't care about your PhD, your master's degree. What we look at is visual. We want to see if you're fine, if you're agreeable, cooperative, if you're fit. That's what men look at. We look at visual beauty. We don't care, well, I have a PhD, I'm the CEO, but you're a bitch. You're not very nice. Not even warm. But then you wonder why the city councilman can't stay out of Kiki's little Section 8 apartment in the hood. Because Kiki understood what her value is. Her warmth, her charm, her beauty, and her booty. Good God Almighty, somebody hold my mule. Shout. But you, master's degree, nurse's degree, CEO chicks. It's not by accident why y'all are least married and why no one's taking y'all out on dates. It's no secret. Y'all need to listen to Shahrazad's sister, Shahrazad Ali. She'll bring you back. But some of you are so CEO and so corporate that you think like men. And men don't date men. I mean, no real men. Heterosexual men don't date men. We don't date women with men energy. Sure, we'll holler at you. What's up, buddy? We'll drink beers with you. We'll even knock your socks off. But we're not going to be with you. You're masculine. We don't like that. Even when I was a young man, I didn't care for that. Those girls that talk smart and that, I would avoid them. Here I am now, I'm 52, I still avoid them. I don't like no hard chick. She's not very nice. You know, that's what guys like. Now, it can vary from person to person because the woman can say, well, we try to be nice. All they do is pick the hoochie mamas. Well, that's what men do. When we're young, we go fast and hard. But when we get older, we don't want fast and hard. Young women, it's not to your advantage to pick fast and hard when you're young. Because your biological clock is going to tick away, and your body and your youth and your succulence is going to be seeped away when you mess with dudes who get out of jail, dudes who sell dope, dudes who commit crime. See, that's how you lose on that end. You can't do like we do. Be a woman. When you're young, you're supposed to be able to get the highest caliber man. That's your value, 18 to 26 years old. After you've written, shout out to Coach Greg Adams, written the Cock Carousel. You've written that around and around. And then at 30 years old or 32 years old, I want a guy to see me a good man. Now, you done fell all out in the clubs. You done had trains ran on you. You done all and drunk all the liquor, smoked all the blunts, popped all the pills, snorted all the lines, twerked in all the strip clubs. Then you want God to send you a decent man so you can ruin his life? Get out of here with that, baby. You're like, damn, Rico, how'd you get to all of that? From the white boy beating up the black chick. Let me go to the other aspect of that. Some people said, you know, it's a classic case of Negro bedwenching. Not me, these are my words, I'm telling what I've read. You know, they might have been, I had a guy on Instagram that said it could be a case of role play, slave role play gone bad. I said, I can't rule out anything because people are doing all kinds of stuff. And those who are in interracial relationships with white folks, go and tell the truth. Especially white women, black women with white men. You know the history of it. And then this book called Daughters of the Trade talks about how a lot of women volunteered, how the so-called enslaved African women volunteered to line up to get with the white males. I'm sure it's a form of survival and a strategy to survive, but they did it. They were Daughters of the Trade. Go and check that out. I had to get the book and read it, and so I can have a real in-depth discussion about that. Because I get, you know, when I hear these sisters say a lot of ignorant stuff, you know, like white men are better, they're this and that. Okay, this could be, and that's your choice. I don't care who you date, but you know, keep it in your house. Who cares? I didn't rule that out. I'm open to all of the possibilities of why that relationship, why that situation happened. What we're not going to do is let him off with a pass. Because they're already working it out. Bipolar disorder. He has mental illness. No. Chad Wheeler. You, brother, you got to face the music on this. But I need more of us to come on out and go and call it what it is. And but I need you guys, you simp beta male guys, stop using this as a way of getting coochie coupons. Saw some guy on Instagram saying, sisters, black woman, we're going to protect you. Even when you tell us you don't want our protector, I'm still going to protect your ass. See that kind of language, these beta male simps trying to get coochie coupons? That doesn't help. That doesn't help her change her behavior. Because y'all saw my post. If you don't want my patriarchy, don't demand my protection. With your independent tough ass. I ain't got nothing to say about it. You know, I'm not, you know, because I know growing up as a young man and you know, coming out of domestic violence and growing up in the 80s and 90s, there were a lot of men who were in line who protected black women. They still do now, but I want to be specific about this. You know how guys, even then, would say, he was asking a young lady, hey, how you doing? What's your number? And all that. She said, no, thank you. And all of a sudden, some guys would just go off. Man, fuck you, bitch. Nobody wants your motherfucker there, no way. And some of them learned to say, well, it must not have been ugly. You stepped to me. Okay, you know. But then some was like, you know, okay, all right. Okay, I want to give you my number. And then men would say, hey, brother, you ain't have to do all that. She doesn't have to give you her number if she doesn't want to. You don't have to act like that. See, we checked it back then. So this whole narrative about black men not protecting black women, it's nothing but entitlement and narcissism. What has happened is this generation of black women have allowed white men to set them up like they're these queens, and y'all are not. Queens don't have tattoos. Queens don't have multiple baby daddies. Queens don't wear weave, blonde, burgundy, pink wigs and shit. So I don't call black women queens. I don't. Because in my history books, I saw what queens were. Queens had a king. And queens ran a kingdom. They were a part of a kingdom. You can't live in no projects talking about you a queen. You can't have no multiple baby dads talking about you a queen. You can't be out of shape and shit talking about, yes, queen. Oh, it's just killing everything. And I don't call other men kings either, because I know what a king is. So we need to stop all this silly shit. These exalted names for stuff we haven't earned. Cut it out. Hell, we struggling just to be grown people, parents. We can't even be husband and wife. Hell, I want to hear more of us say, hey, husband, hey, wife. Can we get that perfected first before we start skipping it or jumping ahead and calling people kings and queens? How about, hey, husband, hey, wife, fiance, but not fiance for 2 and 3 damn years. And by the way, ladies, if you're a fiance past 6 months, he don't want to marry your ass. He just asked you because you kept bugging him. You know, why do engagements have to go that long? If he asked you in February, y'all should be married by May. Yeah, you already been together with 6 months or something. You already been together, so you know I know why people say, well, we want to plan for the wedding. What do you need that big ass wedding for? You need to save that $3,000 to $10,000 for the marriage. But I know it's female shit. And guys, y'all can continue to spend your 3 months of rent on a ring if you want to. Foolishness. Then all this, what I call the pre-wedding foolishness. I mean, the pre-marriage. See, I'm concerned about your marriage. I'm more interested in your marriage. Damn your wedding. I'll go there and eat your food up at the reception. I'll go there and Chris Pete, what's up? Shanita Reed, how y'all doing? Good morning. I'll go to your wedding reception, eat up everything, and flirt with the little bridesmaids if it's ones that is my type, of course. Because we all have a preference in type. Sometimes y'all bridesmaids, ladies, they don't be looking. I think y'all purposely pick some busted bridesmaids too, so you can be the most beautiful one there. But if you're already fine, you don't have to, and you're confident in you being fine, you don't have to pick these old fugly chicks to be your bridesmaids. Now, let them be fine. So, and so at least the groomsmen can get in on some of that, because, you know, and if the groomsmen are all married men, well, hell, let those of us who were part of the wedding reception get in on some of them cute little bridesmaids. Y'all stop picking these old ugly-ass, fugly bridesmaids on purpose. The dress is already trash, so you're going to have the women trash too? God damn, boy, y'all don't play fair. Y'all don't play fair. But anyway, of course, not all, I'm just saying. Shout out to the spring weddings here during the coronavirus pandemic that are coming up. And also, can I say this while I'm there? I need, and prom is coming around too. And every year, you know, just on social media, they show everybody put their sons and daughters' proms up there and all that, and it never fails. I want these sons to pick better looking prom dates too. And I know if they have attractive prom dates, it got fathers in that household. Because I've been seeing these handsome, well, athletically fit, slender, or good-looking young men with these old busted-ass prom dates. Come on, let's do better. We need more fathers in the home, if not for anything else, to help their son pick better girlfriends and better prom dates. Because I've been, these last 5 to 7 years of looking on social media, I said, my God, you got Shamar Moore with Neil Carter? Then we got Denzel with Whoopi Goldberg. I mean, I'm just saying how the dates look. It's the weirdest shit. And then I look at the pictures. Everybody in the picture, his mama, his auntie, his grandma, his sister. I don't see any men in his pictures as it relates to family. See, it's very important to have appropriate male role models or fathers, masculine fathers in the home, because sons want to impress their dads and their ability to go out and hunt, gather, build, and even select a woman. When a dad gives his nod to the girlfriend, it's cool. Mothers don't, a lot of the mamas, you know, because sometimes the mamas were trash when they were young, a lot of them. So they don't mind the son. They don't mind the sons picking little trash chicks. And so, but the dad is a man. Dad is teaching his son how to be a man. Son, come on, man. Let's put a lot of money. You play football, son. Son, you make all A's. You got a car, son. I bought you a car at 16. Your babe should be a babe. Not babe as in the cartoon. So, yeah, I know. That's Rico the Opinionist. Welcome to the page. And I'm early in the morning. Yes, I'm with the shit. Shout out to North Memphis, Tennessee. And I know I go all over the place. And so yeah. Dads are important. They've been more important than anything, in my opinion. You got to have them. And so let me switch on over. Something else is on my mind. The debate about the $15 minimum wage. At first, whenever stuff comes up, I have to process it first, right? And of course, shout out to my girl Mary Max. Not only she's my Facebook friend, but she's my friend in real life for over 20 years. 20 years. Close friend. And she's really smart and very insightful, and brings a lot of conversations to the table. And she does a lot of research. Real smart. And we were having a conversation yesterday about this whole minimum wage deal. And good morning, Frank. I saw your little baby picture, Frank. I started to put mine up there then and now. I know this challenge then and now is going on. I think I have a 2nd grade or a 5th grade picture of me that I can put up. I'll wait, I guess. But Frank hadn't changed a bit, son. He just got taller. This $15 minimum wage. And shout out to my girl Pearl Walker, who has this page called Memphis Raise Your Expectations. And there's a political candidate that posted something on her page, or she shared something of a political candidate that says that during these discussions on the minimum wage, prisoners or prison labor should be included. I want to talk about both of them, but I want to kind of separate them at the same time. So if y'all can follow me where I'm about to go with this, I'd appreciate it. Okay, I thought about this. I said, so raise the minimum wage to $15. And then I started asking, first it's like, yeah, people need to earn more, but then I said, wait a minute. We have people who make, I guess the minimum wage is $7.50 or $8, and they have poor customer service. So you mean you want to pay these folks $15 to be the same jackasses? May I help you? No, we ain't got no more wings. Come drive around, sir. I can't hear you. Will you speak up, please? We want to pay them $15. It's insane. Hell, it's not like they're employees at ChickfilA. I'd pay them $15 at ChickfilA. Whoever the corporate management is at ChickfilA who goes through the process or takes the time to pick their employees. If I had a business like that dealing with customers, I'd want them to pick my employees for me. Because Chick-fil-A has the best employees. Even in the hood. They said Chick-fil-A was near the hood. They know how to pick these attractive, these intelligent, these articulate young people to wait on you. Their business model is awesome. And those damn waffle fries are delicious. And so... And and that little salad, chicken salad too, and I haven't put a little extra egg and extra tomatoes in it. Oh man. So anyway, shout out to Chick-fil-A. No wonder, even during the pandemic, that damn thing, their drive-thru is wrapped around the corner like a concert of your favorite artists. All the time. And they're bad when they can just take Sundays off. No, we don't open on Sundays. We got religious preferences around here. So they don't open up and don't lose a dime. And so, hold on a second, y'all. Wait a minute, because I want to continue to do this while y'all don't. Give me 1 second. Okay. So anyway, yeah, man. So now that's one aspect of it. Also, when I was a kid, minimum wage jobs. Michael Craddock, Mike C, my man, what's up? When I was a teenager, I worked in restaurants and stuff like that, and I worked minimum wage jobs when I was in high school and all of that. And those jobs, and the only adult person on that job was like the assistant manager, or the manager or assistant manager, yeah. And they were like in their 20s and stuff like that, right? And so, what has changed? And people say, well, the economy has changed. People are trying to support families and all of this. My thing is, why the hell what you doing with your grown ass in a restaurant job demanding $15 with a family? What are you doing? If you're going to be in a restaurant job as a grown person, why aren't you the manager? The hell you doing flipping fries? Meaning, if you're not, I know senior citizens go back to restaurants just to have something to do. And then you have those persons who are special needs or Down syndrome. They work in a restaurant, they clean the tables off. Those two groups of people, I understand. But you're a healthy grown-up. What are you doing with your ass in there working for minimum wage anyway? And then talking about you trying to take care of a family and you want $15? What you doing having kids broke? Who's having kids with broke people? A lot. So what are you doing? See, $15 is too close to $21. There are people who go to college and go to trade school, get degrees and very specific certificates to earn $20 and up. And y'all are flipping burgers or showing someone to their seats in a restaurant. You want $15? If you want $15 or more, take your ass to school. Open a business. Go to a trade school. Plumbing, engineering. Why the hell? Because you flipping burgers or fries, you think you deserve $15. And also, what you doing with your grown ass at Wendys? Wiping the tables off. Why aren't you in somebody's school? Why didn't you create a business in your youth? I know we got some 30-year-old folks, 40-year-old people in there flipping fries and shit. And they're not the manager or the assistant manager. They actually work there. What you doing with your grown ass there and you making this is your living? What did you do in your youth? What, smoke blunts? Have a bunch of kids in high school? When you got college age, have more kids? Or what did you do in your youth? Be in a gang? Go to jail? What you doing? So you want us to supplement your bad choices. That's you want the taxpayers to supplement or subsidize, whichever word y'all put it in there. Your bad choices in your youth. See, well, those restaurant jobs should be for teenagers in high school or young college age folks who are working their way through college. Ordinary people, if you're gonna work the $7 to $8, that's supposed to be some temporary stuff. Let's say you fall off and you go work the restaurant job to get your way up. You don't, unless you get into the manager's program at these restaurants or what have you, and all this stuff, or even Walmart, cashier, work your way up into the company. Yeah, are y'all following me? There's something weird about that. $15 need to be the minimum wage. But yeah, if teenagers still working here, and then so with the prison labor, the guy says, well, in prison, they're getting that free labor, and they're charging, they're paying these people like 30 cents a day or what have you. Duh, it's jail. It's prison, goddammit. It's punishment. It's not corporate America. Then he get into all the reasons why. Why they're targeting black people. They've always targeted us. Since we were brought over here, our ancestors were kidnapped and brought over here, they've always targeted black folks. We've been in this goddamn country about 400 years. We still haven't caught on yet. See, that's that kind of naivete that gets on my goddamn nerves. We've always been in this country. We haven't caught on that we're the target. You must think you're an American or something. Why you so caught off guard? There have been movements to let you know we're tired of being the target. So, but see, this is where I am right now. We always like to talk about racism, white supremacy, and poor people and all that shit. I don't have anything against the poor, but I do have something against those who purposely be poor. See, poverty is, first of all, something you, how about this? Due to the fact that children can't pick their parents, poor people give birth to children, innocent children, who have to grow up under their poor choices. But at least you can do in your poor choices, make better choices. It's interesting, we call this group of people poor, but they have on $200 Gucci belts and $220 Jordans. But we want to continue to say, you know, they keep these neighborhoods poor. But outside the neighborhood, there's a library. Outside the neighborhood, there's a trade school. Outside the neighborhood, there's a community college or a university. Inside every neighborhood, there's a school. This junior high, elementary, they could be jacked up schools. But one thing they have that's free are books. See, I don't have any that much sympathy for motherfuckers in 2021. We're in the 21st century. We can remote control drones. We have iPhone 13 to 15 or whatever the fuck it is. But we walk past libraries. We walk past books, history, books on education, books on economics, books on how to be a better parent, books on mental health. We walk past books. Then we have the computer, internet. We can even look them up. We can go on YouTube and look up lectures on all those things I talked about. It's choices. Poor neighborhoods are poor by choice. I mean, the people are in poor neighborhoods because of choices we made with our money or our relationships. I understand capitalism. I understand all of that. Trust me. If you knew me in high school, you knew me at 18, 19, 25, all I talked about was this damn racism, white supremacy. I'm all talked out because people don't give a shit. And it's kept me broke and depressed. I'm past that. My depression is managed. And I'm getting out of my brokenness. This pandemic got me broker, if that's such a word. And so I'm building myself out of the broke. Just dealing with that bullshit. Because we go round and round and round for 500 years. But we don't pretend that our ancestors who were here in the 1800s and 1900s after slavery, 1865 to 1965, when we were segregated against, in poverty, but we're still able to have businesses. We're still able to open up a college or a university. We're still able to go to school and get master's degrees and PhDs. So I don't understand today, with all this access and excess, we want to talk about poor people. And racism. Duh. Unless you're going to get a missile, unless you're going to build a vast army and get your missiles, get your what else? Yeah, they shoot with missiles now. Get your AR-17, get your guns, and go and do what those white folks did 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago at the Capitol or the White House. Shut the fuck up. No, I know it's a lot of money to be made in poverty preaching and race preaching. It's a lot of money to be made. No, Tariq Nasheed and all these folks, Al Sharpton and all these folks. There's a lot of money to be made in that. I know this. And when I talk about it, I'm talking about it in the sense of I want to see you change, not now, right now. I don't give information out just because there's breath in my body. I give it to you because I'm like, come on, if you know better, you do better. Y'all remember hearing that stuff? If you know better, you do better. But it's like we don't want to do better because we have people subsidizing people's poverty mindsets. See, there's a lot of things that we purposely don't talk about because it means work. And I'll always refer to our folks that came here before we got here in 2021. We had folks in 1555, couldn't speak English, and they enslaved for 200-300 years. Somehow in their broken English, they were still able to build. They were still able to use this. That's how we got over. and I'm not, non-sympathetic to the plight of people who are considered poor, but if we're those of us who are educated, who's supposed to have, good sense, we have to teach them, hey, having a bunch of kids and you live on Section 8, that's not a good idea. How the fuck you get on Section 8 when you're in high school? Why are we teaching our young people? See, a lot of folks today are done for. I'm talking how we should be addressing our young people, first graders up to 12th graders. They don't have to be poor in the United States. This is not a third world country. Regardless of what we think about any politician or anybody racism, this is not a third world country. You can come up. Put your idea out there. Social media has made so many 100,000aires and millionaires. Whatever products, you have to get off your ass. And the college degree can be used, can be utilized to get yourself out of poverty. We have to address the poor differently. We have to say, you know what? You got the game wrong. What the fuck you doing poor and you live in the United States? What are you not reading? Why aren't you reading? Why don't you know how to read in 2021? You fucking stupid. Apparently. I know people get in a situation, get used to it. You say, well, people don't know any better unless they're told. Well, we got a lot of us who know it, but how come we're not telling it? And everyone who decides to tell it, you want to label us militants or anti. That's stupid. Hell. And then you create these little fake-ass nonprofits that only have 5 people, but you get a chance to get an award. Well, he gave back to the community. 5 people. And it's very simple. The way hundreds and thousands of AKAs came out for Kamala, how come I can't get hundreds and thousands of those same AKAs to go out and get these little black girls in the goddamn ghetto? And tell them to close your legs, honey, and open your mind. No, physically, don't do no damn PSA. Physically go out there and get these black girls. See what I'm talking about? We make weird-ass choices. No, we make the easier choice. Craig Bass, good morning, my friend. What's up, Craig? Send me your number, man. We have to say hi, man. Yeah, man. Well, I'm going to send you mine. What's up, my friend? Monroe Alexander, Fraser Ram, good morning. Tiffany Sugar Campbell, good morning, honey. So, we're playing games. We ain't supposed to be this fucked up in America. Racism is what it is. You can marry white women, you can marry white men. They ain't gonna change your plight because you still black. But we don't have to be so messed up in the country the way we are. It's choices. We hate black conservatives. I don't like a lot of stuff Candace Owens says. Larry Elders, Juan Williams, Armstrong Williams. Fuck Armstrong Williams. But when they talk about the importance of fathers and the importance of pushing the nuclear family, meaning a mother and a father, I agree with them. When they talk about the importance of making the right choice economically as black people, I agree with them. Then when they start talking about, there's no racism, we need to stop this victim. No, that shit. Just cut it out, Candace and Larry Elders and all that stuff. And I'm not here to create victims either. I'm trying to create victors. And it's right there, it's right down the street. Pass up the corner store and go to the counseling office. Counseling is in our neighborhood, but counseling seems to be a cuss word in the black neighborhoods, in the black community. Yeah, they've made it brand when black mental health is really important. Yeah, that's on social media, but why isn't it translating into real life? Why aren't we, let me tell y'all something. I'm going to go back to that prison labor in a minute. I just want to veer off real quick with this. Isn't it interesting how party promoters and everybody and all of us who want to promote something going on at the church or something going on at the club, we print out like 5 to 10,000 little flyers and make sure everyone gets one on their car windowsill or it's on the fence on their home. We make sure they get that flyer all over the place. And if they're running for political office, they make sure they can raise $50,000 for their campaign, for radio ads, for flyers, for volunteers to campus the community to get the word out about them being a political candidate. But somehow we cannot come up with $5,000 to $10,000 flyers or $50,000+ to get radio ads and get volunteers to campus these black neighborhoods that are considered poor and tell them, hey, goddammit, stop spending your money on Jordans and spend your money on books and reading and learning educational materials. Stop spending your money on Gucci belts and $500 and $600 weed bundles. That's what keeps you poor. Stop having these babies when you don't have a husband. Stop having all these babies and making baby mamas dumbass then cry about child support. How come we're not telling them that? You see, we can talk about racism all day long. But when we play into it, that's the problem. Rico, how we know not to play into it? Well, we've had scholars to tell us for decades. Dr. John Henry Clark, Dr. Amos Wilson, Dr. Naeem Akbar, Dr. Frances Cresswell saying, Dr. Joy Leary still with us. Hell, Attorney Michelle Alexander even wrote a book called New Jim Crow to tell you how the prison system is the new slave system, is the slave system. And so I'm going back to when the brother was saying they need to be paid $15 an hour. No, they don't. It's jail, goddammit. We've been knowing about slavery, hell, for centuries. We've read about it. But we still volunteer to participate in the behavior that gets us there? Why are we teaching our kids to be black instead of multicultural and diverse? That's what's setting black kids up. We're so busy trying to send them everywhere else in other neighborhoods and other schools instead of teaching them the value of our own. That's the problem. Our thinking is bad. It's interesting that the same people who claim to be discriminated against and all of this, and even be poor, can generate billions of dollars for a movie that was created by a white corporation called Panther. We can generate billions of dollars for hair and makeup that's produced by Asians. So we can't put together billions of dollars to get our own ass out of poverty, get our own children out of this criminal juvenile justice system. Y'all understand how this works? I'm not denying racism. I'm not denying redlining the districts. But even in redline, we still vote poorly politically. And so to that brother who's talking about the $15 wage for prisoners, if you want to make $15, get your ass out of jail. Work like the rest of us. I got to go get a degree. I got to go and write papers and study and pass exams. Some us go on internships to make $20 and above. You just want to come out and you want to make $15 in jail? Are you fucking kidding me? And any politician that's arguing that, you a lazy motherfucker. You see, I can't get elected because I'm talking about self-accountability. So I don't try to run into politics. I just share my thoughts. Politicians are full of crap. You put together a citywide baby shower for pregnant teens instead of putting out pamphlets saying, don't become a teen mother, you silly little heifer. That keeps you poor. You know how we always say our black mothers was very direct? How come we're not very direct with people who are doing silly shit that are very self-destructive? Why aren't we, as a race or a community, very direct? It's weird how we behave. And then we'll say, well, it's racist. These white people have nothing. Like, please. When does anybody ever let anybody have anything? We don't even let each other have anything. And even when we have a business, we go in there and demand that we give each other a discount. But we throwing our money by the folds at other companies that's not black owned. So we got a lot of work to do. It's a lot of books we have not read. YouTube videos. You don't have to read, just go and listen. Inappropriate Behavior is one of them by Dr. Claude Anderson. Exceptional People, Dr. Claude Anderson. The Making of a Slave, the Willie Lynch Letter. It's on YouTube. You don't have to buy the little thin book. And we want to debate whether they're real or not. Just read it and get some ideas on how to do things differently. Maybe it's the social worker in me. Because we're about getting people connected to service and how they can become more self-sufficient. And that's what we should be doing with each other, becoming self-sufficient. We're out here playing these games. You know, those of us who are supposed to know better, college degrees. And there are a lot of us who are doing really well. But then we look back and, we still yell racism. If you're not doing the things to putting things in place in your own community, like Asians and Jews and Hispanics, they go under some other little tinge of something, but no one's experience is as unique as the African in America or the Americanized African. And we know this, but we try to teach opposite of this every chance we get for the sake of diversity and multiculturalism. Stupid, stupid, stupid. We give our own, we don't even understand that our own power is in our unity. And then we look around and wonder why these neighborhoods are so. We got black folks who are good at, who are realtors, who are good in real estate, and won't even tell the folks in the neighborhood, look, this is what's going on. We got black people, this is what's going on in the real estate market. Y'all might even want to do this and do that. You don't go door to door. That's what I'm suggesting. Go door to door in these black neighborhoods. Hey, you getting that tattoo on your neck is not going to help you in the long run, bro. Young lady, this your second kid. You just got out of high school. Damn. This is your third baby daddy, baby. You ain't even 25. See, this the stuff that needs to be done. And then if our politicians want to help us, how about advocate Section 8 be for old people, 65 years and older, and people with special needs in our society, and college students, those who are pursuing 4-year degrees, or master's degrees, or law degrees. Let Section 8 food stamps and all that be for them, because they need to have as least stress, least worries, financial worries, or somewhere to live while they're matriculating. These young people around here just laying on their backs, or and getting pregnant and shit, or smoking blunts and doing all this dumb shit, popping pills, snorting white cocaine, lines of cocaine, guzzling liquor, or got mental health issues that they refuse to go and get checked out, even though they're told, man, you need to go check that out. The one will not go. They shouldn't be getting the damn food stamps and welfare check in Section 8. It should be for those of us who decide to be civilized, who are behaving as grown people, as functioning adults. And everybody else, it is what it is. It doesn't make any sense. You can't continue to subsidize poor choices, Democratic politicians, black, white, or whatever, liberal politicians. But see, that kind of stuff works for them. And to go back, they hate conservatives, but they can't tell you why. These Republican states, say what you want to say about the governors and all that, but these Republican states, ran states, they're booming. People are working, black, white, whoever. You go to those states, and Texas is one of them, booming. But my home state of Tennessee, they're booming from Nashville up. But West Tennessee, that gets more color and more black folks, shit. Because they have more conservative leadership from Nashville up. And all the Democratic leadership is Jackson, Tennessee on back to Memphis. And that's the difference. You just go to your black neighborhoods and find out. Their state representative, their city councilman, their county commissioner, Democrats. And those neighborhoods look like shit. Just do the experiment. The white suburbs, a lot of black folks get good jobs they move to. They have conservative or Republican leadership in those suburbs. They represent those suburbs. That right there is just saying, wait a minute now. I'm not trying to recruit anybody to the Republican Party or conservative. I'm just saying the original conservatives were African Americans. How do you think those people made it through? They had conservative values, mother, father, children, family. We work together. This behavior will not be accepted. This bad behavior won't be tolerated. But see, now we've been under this liberal thing since 1965. And look at we're morally bankrupt. Our behavior is off the charts. Murders and within our race, intricide is through the roof. Black males are killing black males is crazy. young women are just falling off, falling by the wayside. Hell, they got about to catch up with more black girls in the strip clubs than in college. They talking about more black men in jail, which that's a false. That's been proven to be false. See, when we decide to take on this liberal behavior, hell, even the black church was very conservative. They ain't allowed no pregnant mothers up in there. Where your husband at? But now they got pregnant moms. They got gay couples up in that thing. They got all kinds of stuff going on. And gay people should be allowed to worship and all that. I'm just saying. It wasn't like that. When we had rules and standards, expectations. Even they had schools separate. Where girls want to be pregnant in 9th grade and 10th grade and 8th grade, they sent them to another school. I know in Memphis it used to be called Tech High School. But we used to call it the pregnant girls school. Because they would remove them from the rest of the girls who wanted to be cheerleaders and playing sports and all of that, be appropriate. Now in these black colleges, even when I was at Grambling, they had daycare centers. I'm against that. For those who say, Rico, you should get into politics. Y'all don't want me. Hey, Charmaine, good morning. Y'all don't want me in politics. I cut out all the bullshit that's hurting us. Why you go to college to become somebody's mama? You can stay at home for that. You go to college to enjoy college and get your degree and come out and be successful. You don't go to college to become somebody's mama. Now, let me say this. When I was at Grambling, there were couples. They got married or they moved in together and they created a family. And those people are still married today. A lot of them are still married today. I'm talking about these little chicks. She happened to be at the fraternity party, or she ran one of those times she in the dude's dorm room and getting that knock around, get down, and end up pregnant. No, you need to go home, sweetheart. We don't need you. You don't need to be here. The rest of these chicks know how to take birth control. Because she wasn't the only one around there getting that knockdown, move around, knockdown, you hear me? But the rest of them obviously knew how to take birth control. And they should remove those daycare centers from these college campuses. Or at least put them, in the community away from the college campus. Yeah, I'm not saying remove them completely, but they don't need to be on the college campus. That's just me, I guess. Because, see, it perpetuates the stuff that we start complaining about. Because none of that works for society, that irresponsible behavior. And so, we're going to get there one day. We're going to start behaving like grown people and stop all these damn excuses for this bad behavior. And I'm not coming from a place of perfection, just practice. I'm practicing every day to be a better Rico, I swear. But because I'm practicing, it doesn't make me not eligible to speak about the things that I see. I say the same thing that we all see every day, but just me and a few others have the nerve to say it out loud because other people don't want to be accused of you judging. I judge every goddamn day because I'm a human being. If my eyes see it, guess what? There's a perception. That's, and I guess because I'm not religious, I'm not in anybody's church and all that, I don't believe in all that God and Christ crap, I can actually think like an open-minded, mature adult. I don't have any blockage there. I can actually, call it what it is. And then compare it to other behaviors of our people back in the day. What happened? Why is all this trash being allowed in our community, in our psyche, in our families? Why is this stuff still being allowed? Then we want to talk about racism. But anyway, if the prisoners want to make $15, get out. And so these politicians, this particular one, I suggested to him, as a social worker, I've always been about prevention. Prevention is this. Hey, don't do this, because if you do, this is what's going to happen. And when you do it, don't look back and say, man, these folks, got me trapped. No. If you don't want child support, don't go in somebody's vagina raw if it's not your wife. If you don't want to be a mama, don't let nobody hit your coochie raw, sweetheart. Get on birth control. See, that kind of stuff. Prevention. What if the condom breaks? There's always something. if the condom breaks, sweetheart, it shouldn't be a problem because you're on birth control. Damn. You're on one of them. You got 12 of them to choose from. You should be on at least 2 of them. Shots and pills. The implant, foams, gel, diaphragm, something. Damn. It's 2021. Who the hell still get pregnant just from having casual sex? Yeah, we know we ain't gonna cut out no casual sex, so at least be responsible. It's the weirdest shit. That is what I preach. Prevention. Don't wait till you get in jail, in prison. All of a sudden now, man, they ain't got no cable in here. Man, these are fucked up conditions. It's prison. It's supposed to be a deterrent. It's supposed to, man, when I get out of here, I ain't never come back here. That's what it's supposed to be. It's not supposed to be comfortable. Damn. Yeah. It's weird. We're going to have to change our thing. We have to change our politics. And speaking of politics. So, hold on a minute with that. But, so if you got a Democratic politician that's talking that shit, talking about we need to raise minimum wage for, hey, Tory, what's up? Good morning. If we have a politician talking about that shit, talking about some minimum wage for prisoners, but I already know, I'm going to tell y'all right now, I'm done. Well, have I ever voted for a woman? I know I'm not voting for no women candidates anyway. I don't vote for women. Women candidates, by the way, I don't. Because in the last 10 years, 15 years, they've gone on another direction. All they seem to do when they get elected, even on the campaign trail. Now, they campaign to men and women, but they always talk about, women. But young lady or ma'am, you have men voters too. But see, it's not them, it's the men are stupid. You're going to vote for somebody who never ever talks about an issue that concerns you? And so these women that's been elected, all they talk about is LGBT and immigrants. But men vote for these people too. And that's a whole nother topic about black men understanding that they're a power group and they need to recognize, because I'm not voting for anybody, male or female. They don't talk about mental health for black males. They don't talk about a plan to end child support, to get rid of it, because that's one of the main things that keeps black men entangled in the criminal justice system. They don't talk about punishment for women who lie on men, either rape situations, false rape allegations or accusations, or false paternity. If they don't have if these candidates aren't talking about that, don't even talk to me. I know how to go out and get a job. Don't tell me, well, we need more jobs. No, we don't. We just need more motherfuckers to go to school or learn or get into entrepreneurial programs. Create your own damn job. So that doesn't work for me. We need to fight poverty. How? What you gonna do? Need to put in more jobs. Well, they're not going to school. How they gonna be able to work these high-tech jobs you're trying to bring? You're not preaching education. You're not preaching the need to keep their ass, all the way through high school and go to a trade school or a community college or a university. This whole thing about college not for everybody. Well, they got a trade school. You need some level of education in order for you to open your own damn school or to open your business. Online or in person. There's no excuse. Hell. If you're a politician, black men, is not talking about that. Mental health. Women need being punished legally. Sent to jail for lying about paternity. Lying about domestic violence. Calling the police because she mad. Don't talk to them. Those are our issues. Mental health. Child support crap. And these false allegations that women are allowed to make that ruin men's lives. If they're not talking about criminal justice reform in their regard, and also criminal justice reform in as it relates to releasing the men who've been given these harsh-ass sentences for victimless crimes or for a little weed, don't even entertain them. Go see what the conservative politician is talking about. Go see what the independent politician is talking about. Don't talk to these dumbass Democrats. Because Democrats thrive off of you being poor and ignorant. Yeah, they do. And if you're a man, what you doing voting Democrat? All they do is care about women and gays. Don't give a shit about straight black men. Well, I tell you, y'all didn't learn this from this past election. You didn't learn this from the Obama election. They don't mention nothing about black men except for when they're being negative. Take care of your kids. Pull your pants up. Oh, they never mention anything positive about black men. Ever. No Democratic politician, male, female, black, white, gay, straight, ever mentions anything positive about black boys and black men. All they do is mention the murder rate and statistics. They're not positive about black boys and black men. They never say, well, this is the monies we're going to try to make available to help combat the murder rate among black boys. This is the money we're going to put together to try to bring more families together. They never talk about families. Men and women in the household raising their children. They never talk about that because the division and the breakup of the family is what fuels the Democratic Party. And I'm not talking just party politics. I'm just telling y'all the truth. Say what you want to say about these conservatives, but they always talk about family. Always. And that is the power package in any race. Family. But they never talk, but they always preach about women, and yeah, we got to take our women and the children and women. You can't have no society without boys. Say what you want to say about the Conservative Party or Republicans. Say what you want to say. They're about getting their money, making their money, and there's some thieves, there's some sons of bitches, but at least you'll get you some out of it to get your ass out there and get it. What the Democratic liberals like to do is subsidize your poor choices. Keep you in the ghetto, keep you in the hood. But also have all these grants for women to create businesses, all these grants for them to go to college, all these resources for you when you become a teen mama. You know, that shit's not helping our community. None of that helps us. Yeah, you got all these empowered women, but then they wonder, well, how to get men at? Well, why don't you go and date your empowered woman? Help them. I'm telling you. I just stick with nature. I stick with nature. Yeah. Because see, and also, you know, I would like to think that black women would be more in tune. But see, you have to like your man in order for you to be that kind of in tune. Why would you vote for a candidate and you're a woman who never mentions anything about your sons or your boyfriend or your husband in a positive light? All you care about is you. I told anybody, if your girlfriend or your wife voted for Biden, she don't like you. Y'all need to break up. All she cares about is herself and gays and illegal immigrants. She don't care about you. I know. Y'all don't believe me, you guys. Y'all been with this chick for a while. You been with all that. It's bad enough. Look. You know, I spent a lot of years, addressing black women's bad behavior. But if you notice, I haven't said much about it in years because I realized, I need to be concentrating on waking black men up because we're the ones who are disappearing at alarming rates, even by our own hands. That's my group who I need to be talking to, and not talking to them for the purpose or the sake of women, but for the sake of themselves. Because you can't have a society without men and boys. I mean, straight men and boys. Heterosexual men and boys. Self-confident, empowered men and boys. We've seen that single motherhood has done a terrible job, a terrible number on our boys. And this generation that we're talking about, these 18 to 35-year-old men and women are complaining about, well, these are a generation of single mothers, majority of them. And that's why they act so out of control, emotional, out of control, undisciplined, sexually undisciplined, morally undisciplined. They didn't have any men around. And so they're acting like they're fussy, attitude-having, shady, mama, grandma, auntie. And that's why they have so much dislike for another man. You see, we don't want to get to why there's so many murders happening between black males. Because they hate each other because they were raised by women who hate the men that they got pregnant by. So they take on the feminine or their mamas, their aunties' attitude towards men. And do I need to say not all? I think I got more intelligent people on here. But the mass majority. See, it's not rocket science or how we can stop the murder rate among young black boys. Address it. Say it out loud. They hate each other because of the women who hate the men that they let get them pregnant. And so they put that hatred inside of the boys. The boys hate themselves for being males, and so they certainly don't have any respect for any male authority or any other males. That's where the stuff comes from. That's one of the many negatives of single motherhood. And look at the girls. You know the saying, they love their sons and they raise their daughters. Got all these headstrong, independent, I don't need no man. Yes, hunty, yes, bitch, I'm gonna do this. That come from single motherhood stuff. Yeah, they raise these old tough ass girls. Now they're around here putting their faces between other girls' legs. Go to the clubs. Y'all see more young women 21 to 33 years old dancing up and with each other than they are with men. There's something wrong with that. I didn't grow up in that. I grew up in the 80s and the 90s. Hey, Renee Green. Hey, sweetheart. Yolanda Coleman, good morning. And so, that's what's happening. Got these little soft-ass dudes. And you see them dancing with each other. Even when they take photos. When I lived in Memphis, I used to go to a lot of Curtis Gibson's thing, all white affair, all black affair. I used to go to galas in Memphis, and here in Dallas, go to stuff, right? And things have changed a lot since the 80s and 90s. This 2000 and beyond shit is something else. These young women, I'll say 18 to, or 21, let's say club age, 21 to 34, they're up in the club. Hey, Rico, what you doing your ass in there? I like to see young women dance, bend over and twerk. Shit. I don't dance like I used to in the 80s and 90s, early 2000s, into my 30s, up into my 30s. I'm not in there, trying to, I don't get in that shit. It makes me tired, it makes me sweat. But I have a double shot of Crown, Apple Crown, and just, yeah, little mama. Oh, yeah, wet ass. Yeah, get it, little mama. Ow. Yeah, but I don't go near the dance floor like that. But I observed that the women are just into each other. Sodom and Gomorrah. They're into each other. And the guys sit back with their drinks in their hands and just kind of. Now, there's some guys be dancing with the girls, some, but it's not like the whole group of us who used to dance with each other. Men used to dance with the women. Women used to wait on the guys and ask them to dance. Y'all remember that? Slow dance with each other. Now the girls, they rubbing on each other's booty. The girls today seem to have a fascination with other girls' booty. Every time about men have this booty fetish, these young women have more of a booty fetish than the men do. Veronica Moore, good morning. They have more of a booty fetish. And every time a woman walks by, she patting her on her ass. I'm like, these chicks are lesbians. Yeah, it's a lot of lesbian Jezebel spirit that's going on. I'm not a religious dude. I'm telling you what I saw, what I see. And I used to notice something very simple. That's my Aquarius mind, I would just stand back and I would observe. A man would say, "How you doing today? You look beautiful." "Thank you." Thank you. Thank you. And she walk on. A woman would say, "Girl, you look so cute. Your dress." Girl, they held into a whole conversation. Next thing you know, they're exchanging numbers. I said, wait a minute. She wasn't that flattered when a man told her that she looked cute. What happened? Or what's happening then? Now I know what's happened. It's promoted on TV. All these girl on girls. And I'm not a prude at all. See two cute women rubbing and touching and kissing. 18 to 30. Nobody wants to see no 40-year-old chicks and beyond doing no kissing and rubbing. Ew. It only looks better when they're young and succulent and juicy. But still inappropriate. But yeah, a lot of that rubbing and touching. And when I look at some pictures on Instagram of people who are having parties and stuff, And I see these women, they be on each other like this and on each other, touching each other like here. And I'm like, wow. So I'm going to give y'all my solution. All right. So we can bring each other back together. And they ask, well, Rico, okay, you pointed out all this stuff. So what's the solution? I think those of us, because believe it or not, when I used to Uber last year and the year before that and all that, I used to have young millennials in my car. And we'd get into a conversation about how things used to be in the 80s and 90s. And oftentimes a young adult, probably like between 21 or 22, sometimes 20 or maybe 24. They said, man, y'all used to have so much fun. I said, son, it's the truth. The 80s were a lot of fun. So much fun. I said, most important, we liked each other as black folks. Even during the neo-soul movement of the 90s. Afrocentricity, the African centeredness, when the sisters were wearing the Kula earring unks and had the navel piercing with the sundial tattoo around her navel, you know, but she had the stomach that was appropriate for that. It wasn't none of this booty do that's going on right now. You know, you better stick out more than your booty do. That it wasn't nothing like that, hardly. And they had the natural hairstyles and locks, and really feminine, really pretty women in the 90s, but these old hard heifers is running around with weave, looking like that. Y'all remember that show Beauty and the Beast with Vincent? That's how a lot of these heifers look. They look like the Wookiee from Star Trek. You know, you got that. They look like that Chewbacca. They look like Chewbacca, and they look like Vincent from the show from the 80s and 90s or the 90s called Beauty and the Beast. Because the lace fronts, they do look like Planet of the Apes. Go look at them moving. Lace fronts look crazy. And I'm supposed to look at them like they got good sense. Not I. No, they transform from feminine women to these hardened folks. And they rub on each other and touch on each other. You know, girls used to hold hands and go to the bathroom back in the day. Because they would like for safety. Now you better be careful. When they go into the bathroom now, they snorting cocaine off each other's breasts. Shit, they having a full makeout session in the girls' bathroom. Used to be go to the boys and girls' bathroom, be men and women in there getting down, and now it's girl on girls in these damn bathrooms. I'm saying, shit, it's so unfortunate. And so what do? I say, hey, what's stopping us from recreating or bringing back some old school stuff? Number one, dancing with each other. Dancing with each other. Because the songs that are made today for the young adults today, those are not songs you can dance with each other. Because first thing she do is start twerking. And if he try to get behind her, she'll look at him like, not you. But then a girl get behind her, she'll like, yes, honey, yes, bitch. They get right behind each other and twerk on. So you just drink your drink and watch them little two freakos on the floor, dance floor. If you ever gone to a mixed club that got white girls up in there, Asian and others, notice how they behave. Now they dance with each other a little bit, but you see a lot of them dancing with their white male counterparts. And also you see them dance with the black males up in there and others. But sisters, like, they go to the club to ignore men, black men. When I moved here to Dallas, going on 13 years ago, and I'm working here and I'm having little coworkers and stuff when we was talking about dating scene in bars and clubs. And the white women on the job said something that's like, well, wow, that was very profound. She said, yeah, we go to the bars. I said, black people don't hardly go to bars per se, but we go to the nightclub. So, yeah, we go to the bars so we can pick up guys. We go there to be picked up. I said, so white women for the most part go to bars to be picked up? They're going there expecting to get somebody some pussy. They're hoping, buy me a drink. Buy me a drink means, oh, you good. But a lot of black women go to the club to diss or separate from black men. They'll accept the drinks, but they will hardly give them any play. Now, I'm not saying that guys, for the most part, strike out. I'm saying that white women go with the expectation of giving away some pussy or going home with somebody that night. So that's a vast difference. I almost said vast difference. Y'all know what that is. That's but yeah, Early in the morning with the shit, I know. Sorry, y'all. But it's something. White women. And so I said, well, damn, maybe I'm going to the wrong spots. I need to find these bars in the Dallas-Fort Worth area. Hit some of these bars. Because also, there's black females that go to these bars. But you know what I learned from one who's gone who rather enjoys going to mixed clubs with blacks, whites, Asians, and others. I learned that the black dudes that go to these mixed clubs, they don't go there to look for black chicks. And black females go to mixed clubs so they holler at Hispanic or white men. But my silly behind, I go to the mixed club still trying to holler at a black chick. I'm going to learn. I'm going to get out of this black stuff. I'm going to get out of this black stuff. Y'all have convinced me Rico being black is not where it's at, even in the black community. I'm learning, I swear, the hard way. Elgin, my man, what's up? Good morning. I'm learning. I'm going to get out of this black stuff eventually, I guess. But I can't help it because I'm a black dude. I got black parents, raised around black folks. And I've worked, I grew up in Memphis, 65% black. Not that I'm one of those who can't function in other areas, but, I prefer being around us. I like us. Went to a historically black college. Shout out to Charles P. Adams, Booker T. Washington. No, I'm a black dude. I don't have a problem being black. There's no debate for me. I'm not embarrassed to be black. I like being a black man. I like being of African descent because especially when you read our history, you'll be proud too. But we're not reading, so we don't know to be proud. We think our people is what America has shown us on TV, a bunch of thugs and harlots and all this kind of foolishness and things like we haven't created anything or discovered anything or all we are, seem to be just consumers. Well, we tend to act like that a lot of times. But yeah, so no, I've never dated a white woman. I've gone out on a date. I've gone out on a date. Eric said, "Never get out of the black stuff." I know I'm 52, so I'm past it. I can't get out of it, Eric. You will even if I wanted to, man. And I've been, and Eric, I've also been. Paul Washington, what's up, my friend? I've also been introduced to some of our premier scholars in our race. A lot of those scholars that I name up, I've actually had a chance to meet Dr. Naeem Akbar, and I had a chance to meet Dr. Khalid Abdul Muhammad, Dr. Francis Cresswell, and Brother Neely Fuller. And I even ran into Brother Ashwa Kwesi after having seen him over the years with Dr. Ben Yakahanan at student leadership conferences at Russ College and places like that, and had conversations with Dr. Julia Hare, and Dr. Joy Leary. So I've had the pleasure of meeting a lot of these scholars that I speak of and read their books. So I'm all in. I have the black imprint, but it's strange that people say if you're not a Democrat, you're not black. It's the appearance they give. If you don't vote Democrat, you're not a black person. And I'm gonna get to that Biden-Harris crap in a minute. I got just a couple of things to say about that. But yeah, I enjoy going to mixed clubs because when I was at home in Memphis, I went to a lot of mixed clubs. I had a ball in the nightlife in Memphis. Kicked it. But still, even in the mixed clubs, I always went out to, say hello or try to holler at the black females. I've gone out on dates with white females in the past, and even a sexy Colombian. But still, you want to, and it is statistically proven that all races like to stay within their own race. And there's nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with staying within your own race. Matter of fact, it is educationally, politically, and economically been most beneficial when you do that. Eric said the culture needs you just because of the reasons you mentioned. Appreciate it, brother. And we have to share tough love with each other. And some of us can't take it, but hell, none of us are perfect, and we can all learn something new from each other. And I'm telling you, Elijah Muhammad told us over 70 years ago. We tried. Hold on one second, y'all.
Home of the morning hustle. GPSP, that is full of words. 97.9.
That's the damn alarm clock. All right. So, damn, it's 8 o'clock. I haven't been on here like damn near 2 hours. Wow. See how easy it is to talk to y'all? Some of you come in, and I got new people coming in, so we can do this. And so, what was I saying? Yeah, so it's Elijah Muhammad told us years ago, we've tried everything. We've kneeled in, we've crawled in, we've slept in, we've prayed in, everything. We tried everything to get into this society in that White House or whatever. We've done all those things to try to become relevant in this society, except for one thing that's more powerful than an atomic bomb. That is black unity. We're so divided on so many areas that it's almost, one would think, is impossible. Because we can't come together based on the color of our skin anymore, because we come in so many hues. And then Brian Davis, good morning, my friend. What's up? Kingsbury, Cyprus. And so and philosophies are just so out there. You know, we got people look just like me. Well, you know, my grandmother, she was French. And, you know, my grandfather, he part German. If you don't shut your Whoopi Goldberg looking ass up, there's nothing mixed about you. Yeah, we can't even differentiate what being black and mixed. We call it mixed people black, and black folks got questioned, why, am I really black? I'm telling you, we need to stop walking past these libraries in our universities and in our neighborhoods. We need to stop walking past the universities, and we need to teach our children to pay attention in 8th grade biology. Because we get grown, we start saying the silliest things. You've been black all your life, all of a sudden you don't know what black is. Black is one black parent, black mother, black father. Just like we have an Asian child, Asian mother, Asian father. When you have a Hispanic child, Hispanic mama, Hispanic daddy. But we call it black people. Oh no, let's see. I got some German on my auntie side and my granddaddy, mama's side. I got, she Portuguese. My auntie, mama, sister is Portuguese. What's something wrong with Negroes? Look at your mom and daddy, then look at your grandparents. How come it's so easy when everybody else would come to us? You know, there's something wrong with the American Negro, and it's always been like that. It's something deeply embedded in us that prevents us from reaching the highest of our intelligence. Our intelligence only seems to work when it's to the benefit of a culture that's not our own. We can't seem to put that intelligence to work for our own race, and that is the crux to why I talk the way I talk. We won't read the books. We won't, you know, we're sitting here and let T.D. Jakes and all these other Negro preachers tell you about the Christian aspect. That ain't moved nobody forward. It's not, that stuff is over. It's not the same black church it was that your great-grandma went to. It's not the same black church. It's not the same black church of the Civil Rights Movement. These are faith-based initiative, FBI bought off as mega church Negroes. They're not going to teach you about freedom. They're not going to teach you about self-sufficiency. Please don't tell me what your pastor does. Well, my pastor, your pastor got a big church in the middle of the ghetto, and it's still the ghetto. It's been there 20 years. So I want to hear them about your goddamn pastor. Everybody is an exception to the rule. It's the weirdest thing. But we're going to get there. And so... this Biden-Harris thing. So how y'all liking all the first 100-day activities? I'm hearing some silence. And I'm not here to gloat or anything, because I already told y'all what this motherfucker's about. I already told y'all what Biden-Harris is about. They told us the first 100 days, and it's just, and also you might well say the first 4 years, LGBT in illegal immigrants. And the silence is just deafening. Just like the silence the massive black folks in the media is having on that Chad Wheeler white guy beating up that black chick, the same silence as these executive orders that Biden has passed out ain't got nothing to do with black folks at all. But you put all your baskets in one egg. Matter of fact, there are videos of black mothers attacking their black sons because they decided not to vote for Biden. Oh my God. Because, you're not going to vote for him? You mean you're going to put Trump back in? That's a vote for Trump. All that. Let me tell you something. I'm going to do this. I have to applaud the white liberal media. They really got a good one in on black folks. They spent billions of dollars to psychologically convince black folks that this white man was more racist than the son of a bitch that got elected. It's amazing. That never said that his policies were bad, but he's an asshole. He's racist. He's this. And it's funny. And due to the fact that the black community is led by black women, fell for a hook, line, and sinker. Because women are emotional. Women are not into statistics. Or even specifics. I'm not saying it to be offensive, ladies, but y'all are not. Y'all nurturers. Y'all emotional. Y'all like pretty things and things that sound good to you. But Biden Harris, then they try to, y'all just gonna make a obvious mulatto black. And she never said she was black. Until she decided to run for office. I see people disappearing now because I'm talking about Biden Harris. It is what it is. Yeah, but, the thing is, whatever goes on, we still have to survive and make it, regardless of what's going on. And he can appoint all of the trans and LGBT to all of the key positions in his cabinet. Even Kamala just appointed 2 Indian women. I think it's 2 women from India, Indian women, in her own little personal cabinet as VP. No AKAs. All this strut walking for nothing? And attacking anybody who dared not to want to vote for Biden Harris? And that's why I say if you're a black man and your woman voted for Biden Harris, people who have proven public records of hatred towards black men, straight black men, she don't like you. That's your mama, she don't like you. That's your wife, she don't like you. Your auntie, your grandma, she don't like you. But then I just said that women don't pay attention to politics anyway. They like stuff that's shiny and was glittery. You don't pay attention to the specifics or the statistics. So, it is something. It was something to see. And just like every president that we've had, I'm still going to do the main thing I've always done. Get my ass up and go to work, find some work, take care of myself. And I hope we're all doing that. Now this thing is over. But I just find it amazing. Every day that Trump was president, everybody had something to say that wasn't positive. Because MSNBC, New York Times, New York Post, CNN, all of the major liberal, white, and Jewish-owned networks pumped it out every day. Even social media. Y'all not going to act like they purposely blocked out everything that was the truth about Biden Harris from the internet. Facebook, Instagram. Y'all gonna act like y'all didn't see that, right? Y'all gonna act like you didn't see that? But anything that Trump did, he farted. Oh my God, he farted. Let me tell you something. That goes to his presidency. See, he's the president. He's the only president that ever farted. And let me tell you something. Him farting, that's just a disgrace to the country. He's not American, he farted. All day long. And then black people in the street. That's right. You hear about Trump farting? Oh my God. We need another president. He's the worst. It was embarrassing to see just how gullible blacks are. Then they got on national TV and said, we want to thank black women for getting us through the hump. They both said it during the campaign acceptance speech. But the first thing they did was hire all the LGBT folks. And now they're working on getting 11 million immigrants the pathway to citizenship. And then when their critics come out and say, hey, what about the black folks who helped get y'all over? Black people. They did the same thing with Obama. Well, he ain't the president just for black people. I said, wow, okay, I'm out. I'm checking out. Kareem Knox, good morning, brother. Anything. And anybody that sound like they were talking about Trump policy, you must be a Trump supporter. And you cancel them. It's weird. But, enjoy. Because if there's something else coming down the pike, and one thing about me, I'm not childish. I'm not ignorant. I'm not going to refer to Biden as 46. He's the president of the United States. Whether I like him or care for his policy or not. Because unless I'm going to give up my citizenship and move somewhere else, I'm still an American. I just found it amazing that all these black celebrities and then these old liberal white folks, y'all stop listening to liberal white folks, please. The white folks, y'all say, ooh, they pretty nice. They side with us. No, they don't. Because they still benefit because they're white too. When y'all talking about white supremacy. Y'all gonna all of a sudden discover white supremacy with Trump became president? Are you fucking kidding me? Biden is white. The liberal whites who on CNN were white. They all benefit from white supremacy. Even the ones y'all think are nice. They still white. But so how y'all gonna make Trump the white supremacist? Well, he aligned himself with, if you had read any information on Clinton, Biden, Harris, they all aligned themselves with Klans members. And all this denouncement. Who the fuck cares about denouncing? What about policy? See, emotional non-tangibles. He ain't denounced which he did. Just silly shit. I mean, they had black folks going, and they stole the election. Yeah, I said it. Stole it, cheated. Those people didn't act a fool. They saw it because they white. They know how America works. Blacks don't. White people know how America works. They know how it's supposed to work. They were fighting for their privilege. They know how it works. We don't. We still around here emotional. We don't we don't take care of business. That's why I try to direct us. Look, we got a lot of work that we need to be doing in the black community. We got a lot of making up to do. Black women allow white feminist chicks to tell them that black men are bad. Black dudes have had enough of that shit, so they're going other places. And some of them, Mary Max. Good morning, Mary Max. Said, where's the black delegation? I have no idea. We've all been played for a sucker. And now we need to clean this shit up and get back together. I'm not going to call him 46. He's the president. Unlike the childish motherfuckers did. 45. Childish. But nobody moved. Whoopi Goldberg didn't move. None of them other ones. If he's president, I'm going to move. Whoopi Goldberg kept her ass right there on the View, making them $5 to $6 million or whatever they pay her a year. So y'all cut it out. It's just so disingenuous. Liars. But anyway, how can we bring folks back together? Well, simple things. We like to be together socially. I need the DJs. Y'all know the DJs, the people, they're the most powerful people in the club or the events. I need the DJs to begin the process, to participate in the process of bringing us back together as a people. When you're in the clubs, black DJs, don't say stupid crap like, ladies, if you got your own money, you got your own car, you got your own house, you don't need the N-word for shit. Let me hear you, ladies. Don't say that. That's lame, and that's beta male, and it's simpish. And don't say to the fellas, these ladies ain't hitting on shit. They ain't worth the shit. They ain't sucking no dick. No, don't do that. Bring our peoples together, black DJs. Don't throw the men under the bus because you're trying to get all the coochie coupons in the club. That's lame. That's simpish. You already got those main three. It's always every DJ, every party, you notice, it's always at least 3 females that's around the DJ booth. Those are your women, sir. You got 3 to choose, just a guaranteed 3. And they'd be pretty fine, good looking women. So every time y'all throw parties, don't, Mary Cotton, good morning. Don't cater toward the women, because men pay money to get in there too. Ladies, buy the fellas a drink. Ladies, don't the fellas look handsome? Buy them a drink, ladies. Instead of always, fellas, get out here. Don't be cheap. Buy the ladies a drink. They didn't pay to get in the club. Now I got to buy their drinks too. Hell, at least do like the white women do. Come there to expect to get picked up. That's what the white women told me when I moved to Dallas years ago. They go to the bars to get picked up. Everyone buy you some drinks. Act friendly. It's Friday night after 9. It's Saturday night after 9. Hell, even those Saturday and Sunday afternoon brunches. What's up, little mama? Act nice. Be friendly. You know, the mimosas are free, but this mixed drink I bought you, that ain't free. It's not a complimentary mimosa. So, you know, it's a lot. Just some simple things like that. And ladies, start smiling. You know, act feminine. Smile. And what I'm talking about is for the young women, because they're the ones having a hard time. You ladies over 40, most of you, a lot of you have already had your husbands and divorced and stuff. You know, I'm talking about these young women that seem to be having a problem out here. They're so busy into themselves and other girls that, and the young men are just moving on. They're like, shit. It's because chicks of other ethnicities and other races, they're a lot nicer than my own women. You know, we just have to start over from scratch. Today, let's go get a first grader and groom him or her to be pro-black and teach the girls not to hit the boys if we're going to teach the boys not to hit the girls. Teach girls to be respectful of boys if we're going to demand that the men be respectful of women. You have to do it like that. I mean, from the mothers and the fathers. Stop teaching this. I don't care what a woman does. I don't care what she does. You don't ever put your hands on a woman. Those days are over. I've been very fortunate to not have been in the presence of women who need a drink thrown in their face. At least not by me. Now, I've seen some. I'm like, dude, douser. You talking too fly. They ain't let her have it. Chaz McMillan, what's up? And so, anyway, I think I cleared everything off my mind. I've been talking a little over 2 hours now. I'm trying to see if there's anything I forgot. Yeah, I think I covered everything that had me tossing and turning. But I want to thank y'all for those of you who stuck in with me. And this will be on my page a little while, and I'm going to have it on my YouTube channel. Just thoughts. Rico the Opinionist. Opinionist. Fool with me if you have not bought my short story. That is, it's entitled "The Greatest Pain I Ever Felt." My conversation with my absent biological father who never wanted to be found. It's only $10, and you can send it through Cash App. And the Cash App is Cash App, you know, Rico the Opinionist, Opinionist, and or PayPal, Rico Rivers, and oh yeah, let's see, yeah, check that out. And when you send it, please send an email address so I can email you a copy of that book. It's an ebook or a PDF file where you can get it. Just if you decide to mess with me on that. But yeah, Mary Max said, did you talk about the father of 5? Hold on a minute. Share this live, and if you go on my YouTube channel, like, share, and subscribe. Did you talk about the father of 5 who was murdered when he went to confront his son's bully? No, I never got a chance to, Mary Max, to look at that story. I saw it, and but I also saw. I was still getting more information about the mother who took her daughters up to fight, and they ended up killing the teenage girl. No, took them to the grocery store, whatever. See, all that kind of stuff. It's a lot of stuff, man, we have to address that's out of control. And most recently, Mary Mac shared with me this video of this 9-year-old girl in, what was she in what was that, Buffalo or Philadelphia somewhere? Somewhere on the East Coast was a lot of snow. And the cop gonna tell her, no, let's see how the story went. The cops were called to the house. The mom said she was in fear of her being a danger to herself and all that because there was a report of a car stolen. And it's a 9-year-old girl who would not bend and fold to the will of the cops. She wouldn't put her hands behind her back. She wouldn't do anything. She kept yelling, "Let me go! I want to see my daddy! I want to see my dad! I want my daddy!" You know, and she kept screaming that. And he's like, "No, come on, get in the car, Rochester, New York, thank you." And she was she was very emotional, very upset, and the 2 male cops, they had to call about 7 to 9 cars for this one little girl. But she was talking and screaming and checking her body away. No, I'm not going to get in the car. She fell in the snow, and she's like, no, I want my daddy. I want my daddy. I want my daddy. She kept saying that. And so they ended up macing the little girl, and they were saying, the cops going to say, settle down, stop. Get in here. I'm not going to get in the car. I want to see my daddy. And he said, and then he tells her, stop acting like a child. She said, I am a child. The fuck? I'm like, so right on, little mama. But let me just do this. See, if y'all know the history of our people over here, they've never viewed children, our black children, as human beings. If you further read the statistics and the research, it'll let you know that they view little boys, little white boys, little black boys, when they're compared to white males, as more grown up. Or not as, you have a 7-year-old black boy and a 7-year-old white boy, but they view the 7-year-old black boy as harder or older, just like a 7-year-old black girl and a 7-year-old white girl. They view those white children as soft and dainty and deserving of some kind of sympathy, but our black children, let's go back to even further in history when they used little black babies as bait for gator. They called them gator baits. They used little black babies at and this was in South Louisiana when he was doing this shit. And even when they'll shoot in your cities, they'll shoot a 14-year-old boy at point blank in the head with a high-powered handgun, the police, and others. Blow his brains completely off. They don't look at them as human beings. And the darker they are, the rougher they treat them. Yes, skin tone plays a part. So, that little black girl, if she had been a little 9-year-old white girl, I want my daddy. Well, come on, sweetheart. Come on, hon. Come on, sweetheart. They would have babied her up. They would have been a little softer. But the little black girl, they was handling her as if she was a 18 to 30-year-old woman. They had no sympathy for her. And they were pulling, it goes back to Florida, a couple summers ago when they handcuffed this 2nd-year-old little black girl. Charles Hopkins, what's up, my friend? They put handcuffs on a 2nd grade little black girl, dark skin. See, this is the stuff here. It goes on. So imagine if there was a little black boy, they probably just chunked him and just didn't care. So that's the stuff I'm saying that we need to be working on to protect ourselves from that. And what stuck in my mind was she kept saying, I want my daddy. And then we have people here, today thinking that fatherhood is not important. Masculinity is not important. They're trying to just murder and kill out masculinity. It's almost like being a masculine man, a real man. It's like it's against the law. They refer to it as toxic masculinity when you're a real man. And so a lot of these single mothers have been programmed to soften the blow as relation to their sons. We got a lot of indecisive, unsure young men out here. They're kind of ambiguously dressed. You don't know what they are. They're so soft. And these are the people, these young people that y'all voting for in the Democratic Party. I'm back on that. Look at these dudes. A lot of them are soft little dudes. Then you find out later that they're not soft for no reason, because you meet his boyfriend eventually. See, that's the kind of stuff that they're using to tear us apart inside out. And we're perpetuating these things because we refuse to read who we are, or look up the author or the lecture on YouTube, or we put a lot of energy in TikTok, and I'm not on TikTok yet because I think my message can be on TikTok, and I wasn't on TikTok because I thought it was for kids, but then last year or so I saw, what's that heavyset heifer? And I really liked her music, but she's such a silly broad. What's her name? Oh, damn it. I really like her music. Derek Hollins, what's up? What's her name? Y'all help me. Big, on my juice, and, Lizzo, yes. Pretty girl. She's in search of white male validation so bad. She is the Gabure Sidibe of music. She's craving white male validation. so badly that she made herself out to be a buffoon, and no white dude has stepped up to wife her yet, and so and some simp black dude that said, yeah, I bust on, black dudes never fail. You want some simping going on, the things are inappropriate. Some little NFL black dude, but he was just saying just so he could smash because she was Lizzo. But ew, Lizzo. Ugh. But she's a pretty girl, very talented. Grew up in middle class suburb Houston, but chose to act like a clown. So what was I going talking about Lizzo country? I forgot why I was talking about Lizzo. But yeah, damn, I just forgot what I was talking about Lizzo. And remember her name and all else, just forgotten. I just don't have a lot of positive things to say about Lizzo. She's such a starved, demented. I won't call her demented. She's just got personality issues, and she has a problem with self-acceptance. At first, she pretended that she accepted herself, but eventually they all fall off and they get slim. They fall off and they get smaller. They'll be talking all that time. Yeah, big girl. Yeah, Monique. She's doing. I love Monique, but she's with the shit. And she's gotten slimmer. She hasn't gotten skinny or anything. She just not over 200 pounds or 300 pounds anymore. But I appreciate this Monique. But this Lizzo, she'll get it eventually. Oh yeah, TikTok. When I saw her on TikTok and she was simulating. She was simulating going down on a man, like she was about to perform oral sex on him. That's how that's how I was surprised when I saw her on there. I thought TikTok was for like high schoolers and people like that. That's why I never went near it, because I thought that was a place for kids. So that's why I was like on Facebook and Instagram, and that was for like young people too. But TikTok, I thought it was like a cartoonish thing for kids. Then kind of find out you got all these grown-ass people on there. Now it's like mostly grown people. Mothers doing no weird-ass dancing with daughters. All kinds of stuff. You can't pinpoint anything specific, but all the dance challenges are on there. And I guess because I'm not into those dumbass dance challenges and stuff. And some of them kind of overly sexual for the age of the young women girls who are doing these dances. I said, y'all want to know something? Isn't it interesting how when you see them do these dance challenges, the young girls, you never see them in Adidas jogging suits or little skirts looking cute. They always wearing some very tight, small booty shorts or some very tight yoga pants. And she could be in the 8th grade, 9th grade, or she can be a college age. But a lot of young girls with these booty shorts on and yoga pants doing these dances where it calls for them to thrust their vaginas and to twerk their booty. And no one seems to notice that. Is that just me? My Aquarius mind is always on. And then some of them dance like this standing was supposed to be their moms. But then they want to talk about pedophilia. But we don't want to talk about our own over-sexualization of our girls or allowing them to behave that way. Because one thing about the internet, all eyes are there. It's the public. You can't pick who to see you. I'm like, y'all get y'all daughters together. Cause everyone. If not saying because they've made it to Facebook and somebody have on their page. I'm saying like, what the hell? The mom is there too. But it's just like you need TikTok to see this, because you could walk in your everyday mall. The mom is about 38 years old with a 15-year-old daughter with a shape, and she got on tight booty jeans or booty shorts and t-shirt pushed up. And then is some man having to get a quick glance. Oh, no, you didn't. She a child. Well, dress her like a child, old weird-ass mama. Yeah, because you out of shape and shit at just 38. And a lot of these mamas push their daughters out front. You think you slick to try to lure funds to the house. Oh, it's a lot of sick-ass shit going on. Yeah, they exploit their own daughters. A lot of them are jealous of their daughters. They get between 14 and 17 years old. They don't stand a chance with their little battered and bruised mama at 40. She jealous of her daughter instead of being, her mom. The daughter becomes like that bitch down the hall. Or that other woman in the house. Oh, look, teenage girls, young black girls catch hell in these households in that regard. They're not very protected. It's because of the moms. Not because the fathers isn't there a lot of times, but they're not. And I'm going back to that 9-year-old girl. We're trying to play down fatherhood like it's nothing. And we need to stop that. And the people who lead the charge on this are the women, but they're not, because they get benefit from being single mothers from the state. They get pats on the back from liberal white folks for being single mothers. And please, spare me all the damn excuses. Spare me. It's 2021, not 1821. 12 forms of birth control. Now, to you divorced women out there, stop putting yourself in the same category as these baby mamas. You're a divorced woman, single, you're single, divorced, divorcee. A lot of times you get divorced, your children are probably, teenagers are on their way off to college. And it's very rare you have somebody divorced and they got a 3-year-old, 5-year-old. Yeah, it happens. Yeah, it does. But why'd y'all get married in the first place? Your child ain't even 6, y'all already divorced? What kind of bullshit is that? Y'all still just remain boyfriend and girlfriend or casual hookups. It's almost as worse as when you have teenage girls who are like 8 months pregnant. So who's the father? Well, he's an asshole. We broke up. Ma'am, you broke up? You ain't even had the baby yet? Yeah, I wasn't boyfriend and girlfriend. You was a knockdown on a Friday night. See all that inner work we need to do. While we around here worrying about national politics, here we got some familial issues to take care of. We got a lot of behaviors that we need to address in the black community. I'm telling you, if we all these black college graduates, all these successful business owners and who are all over, we came back to our cities where we live and in these black ghettos and tell them, hey, this is inappropriate. I guarantee you this shit will change. We'll start seeing a change. Even these celebrities that they look up to, it'll change. But you're not going to do it because people's ignorance and their poverty and their bad choices is what keep other people rich. I know this. See, people like me and our scholars who try to tell you the truth, well, a lot of our scholars I mentioned, well, they died broke. A lot of them, they make some money because some white sympathizer put them on. Black people, he's like, we don't want to hear those people. We don't want to fill the stadiums up to hear what Dr. Umar Johnson is talking about. Or Dr. Claude. We don't want to fill a stadium to hear that kind of knowledge. We don't even want to invite those people to the black colleges anymore to speak. It's amazing. But then we always say, well, what's the solution? Well, they're around us just because they're not famous. They know what they're talking about. Or white people don't approve of them. See, I'm going to keep saying that. We only like the blacks that white people approve of. Or we think that they'll be a good sale to white folks. Even in local politics. Blacks are not getting any good representation because you keep electing these two groups, black Greeks and gays. You're never going to get any representation in politics if you keep electing black Greeks and gays. About the same, one the same though. Look, because my observation, I lived in Memphis. I left Memphis at 37 years old. And I saw it. And it go across the country. The people you should be electing, the ones you like, well, I know. I'll just use me, but there are others who are like, y'all labeled militant. They know they're going to tell the truth. They're going to tell it. But how come you don't elect them as mayor? How come you don't elect them as city council? How come you don't elect them as county commissioner? Those are the people who need to be in those spaces. Not your well-dressed, articulate, as Mary Max referred to me as Negroes, I would say, well, the politicians, you need those people who are out in the streets leading the battle. Why don't we elect those people? Because their last name is Muhammad, or Abdullah, or Sankofa, or Akindiyome. Why don't we elect? Those are the ones who fight in the streets. How come you don't put them in the halls of Congress? Those are the folks that actually speak up for black folks. But we always get these well-dressed, bow-tied, tight suit-wearing young men and these $300 weave-wearing sisters with their law degrees and all this. And we elect those folks that get up in there And all they talk about is women's issues and immigrant issues and LGBT. That's all they talk about. So I'm just saying, black folks, we shoot ourselves in the foot. Because the very people that y'all want to say something, y'all want to keep them poor in the streets. Want to keep them marginalized. Well, you know, they so angry. So you get these well-articulate, well-spoken, articulate, well-dressed, professionally groomed people who go in there and close their mouths and align themselves with everything that's opposite of black people. That's something to think about. That's why we're not going to get any representation. Why the fuck are we involved in politics if we don't know how to pick any candidates? Yeah, that person doesn't drive the fanciest car, but you hear her or him speaking to the issues. That's right. But then when they come running, I don't know. What have they done in the community? I don't know. They can't win. They don't have enough money. They don't have, like, wow. It's almost like, how can you do this? You know, you treat those so-called labeled black militants who lead all the marches. Not Black Lesbians Matter. Hold on, y'all put a pin in that. Not them. I'm talking about, y'all know the ones. Let's go back to the 90s. They were very specific. You know, the real ones who stood up and they were articulating the issues, but, you know, they may have worn a dashiki, or they had on the African unk, or they threw the black fist up. Y'all don't elect those folks. Y'all want them to put on a suit and get a fade, which I'm not against it. I'm just saying how y'all want them to be sanitized so they can be acceptable to white folks. There you do. You probably say, that ain't true, but subconsciously we are Oreos. Mentally, a lot of us are Oreos. We want master's approval. And it just kind of tiring. It's just tired and played out that, you know, treating the so-called labeled militant like the fat chick on the Friday night when all the fine women turned you down, so they go get that big girl in the neighborhood. They used to do that a lot. Go get her. Yeah. And yeah, don't treat me like a side piece. That's how you treat the black militants, the labeled black militants. That's not cool. They're the ones out there telling the truth, speaking truth to power, but since they're not part of a church or part of a fraternity, or they're not aligned with gays, black people we don't put them in the halls of Congress or the state house in your state, or on the city council or the county commission. Those are the people who need to be there, because you're guaranteed they will speak up for black people, black children, black families. And then what's with all these lawyers running for office? Black lawyers running for political office. I find that to be the weirdest shit. Your law degree can do so much good in the hood. Open up a law clinic and educate people about what's going on downtown at the jail and the laws. You can still make a lot of money. A lot of them say, well, we want to go to corporate America and make $200,000 a year plus. You can make $200,000 a year in your law clinic. Write the grant. You're real smart. You know it. Write the grant. And make sure you get the grants for like $3 to $5 million. And pay yourself $200,000 out of the budget. But you'd rather give all your blood, sweat, and tears to that white corporate boss with the hopes of being promoted up to CEO of their company. And I appreciate the small law firms, but black law firms, but a lot of them can't go there because a lot of black people won't patronize the small black law firms. He goes out and hangs his shingle. Derek Jones, attorney at law, and black folks won't retain their services. So you have to go to corporate America, make that money. And I don't have anything against anybody going to make the money. I'm just saying, all of the power that we have in this country, we seem to give it all to other people. But we don't utilize it for our own race, for our own self-improvement. That's weird. We shouldn't have just 106 black colleges. You got 43 million black folks in this country. There should be at least 600 HBCUs and counting. But we're not sending them to our schools. That's why they're shrinking, not because of budget cuts, not because the White House is not signing any money and all of that. It's because black people don't give a shit about them. They're going to go into the last 5 HBCUs. All of them hell, it's going to get to the point all 3 million graduates or whatever going to all go to 5 HBCU homecomings. Shit's stupid. Whew. Black people is almost like the Titanic. The iceberg is white racism. We're sinking and we're still playing in the goddamn band. Why, when ain't nobody looking, someone trying to sneak and get off the lifeboat. That's called moving the suburbs. But a lot of us are still playing and dancing and singing as the boat is sinking. We're not going down with the ship. We're here. We're almost pushing the ship down, trying to get whatever life that's left in the raft. That's how we treat us. It's funny, again, how we can make all this money for others. Eric Mayfield, good morning. Make all this money, make everything happen for other people. We don't value anything unless white people say, hey, I like that. Okay, good. You know. It's the weirdest shit. I know. I've been on here for a little over 2 hours still, trying to convince us it's okay to be black. I like it. It's cool. And not to convince y'all that I'm a perfect black dude, because I'm not. I'm always in practice. But one thing I can say, never been to a strip club, nor do I have the desire to go to a strip club. Nah. I don't want to throw my money away like that. Like, I can teach black dudes to stop going to strip clubs. That'll be awesome. Now, when I open one up, that sounds like a nice little business venture. But if I open up a strip club, you know who's not allowed? If I open up a strip club, who's not allowed in my strip club? Women. Eric said, that's why I decided to step out and do something for my kids. That's right, brother. I would invite women. I would not allow women in my strip clubs. If I open up a strip club, it would be no women allowed as customers, because it's a strip club. It already has women in there. And y'all know traditionally strip clubs were where men went to relax and let off steam with the prettiest women. Now, and also, I wouldn't allow any female to dance past the age 24, maybe 25. But from 25 to 30, it will be no woman in my building, nowhere in my strip club over the age of 30. She really 27, because 30, yeah. Well, at 30, she can be a bartender. She can be a hostess. 25 to 30, she can be a waitress, or she can be a bartender. But she will not be on the floor dancing. It's for young women. That's why men go to strip clubs, to see young cutie pies make it happen. Splits, twerking, and all that cool stuff. I'll make sure, let's say if I were the owner, I won't be like Dollar Bill. In Africa, they was running around bucket naked. Shout out to Bernie Man. I would drug test them often, and I would let them know, young ladies, if anything other than alcohol is found in your system, you're fired. There won't be no cocaine. There'll be no pills, Xanax or Exos or whatever. Won't be anything other than, because, they're going to have shots of tequila and all that, to get in the mood, to get it pumping. I would demand that they all have gym memberships. There will be no flabby cheeks. There'll be bouncing rumps, but no flabby cheeks twerking on my stage in my strip club. No dents and bruises. No tattoos. I'll allow them to wear weave because it's part of the whipping, the part of the show. I will ask them. So who in here has a lesbian girlfriend or is a lesbian? Raise your hand. Sweetheart, you probably can't dance, but I'll let you be bartender or waitress. But the moment I hear you acting silly with the men, you have to go. Because it's a men's club, we need friendly women and fine women in there. What else? Tell her stud girlfriend is not allowed on the property except, I guess, to pick her up. But no studs allowed. No lesbians whatsoever allowed. Because what they want to come in there and try to mean mug the men. You can't come in. You can't come on the property. Now, asking young women, so you have a boyfriend who doesn't mind you doing this? Well, he won't come up here if I don't let him, but he can be tripping. You can't work here either, sweetheart, because we're not going to have your boyfriend coming up here tripping. You can't work here either, baby. I'm sorry. I need scot-free young women who want to do this, 18 to 24 years old, to do this. What else? And I'll tell the DJ to shut the fuck up. Ladies, get out here on the dance floor. Yeah, you got to get down. You got to make a twerk, work that money. Shut up. You're not a reggae DJ, because I want the reggae DJs to shut the fuck up. I'll pause here for a minute. You ever been to the reggae club and the DJ, run it back, run it back, play it back, and the bomb girl. You know, that would make me want to go to my car and get my gun just to shoot the DJ. Shut up, reggae DJs. Y'all worse than folks from New Orleans. Y'all love to hear yourself talk. Shout out to my peeps in New Orleans. You know I love you, I swear I do. But y'all just be talking just because y'all have air going through y'all body sometimes. Hey, baby, no for you, they're no good. You know, just hush. You think it sound good. That's why you won't stop talking. But them damn Caribbean and Jamaican folk, the DJs, they will not shut the fuck up. So I'll make sure I don't hire no Caribbean DJ. That's right here. That's all I want to hear. All I want to hear is all the latest, you know. And so just say, ladies, no, blah, blah, blah. But I don't need you to talk through that. It's not about you. It's about the ladies. And I need the guys to be wanting to spend that money. I think that's how I'll do it. You know, just keep it, you know, like classy. And I'll keep the boom boom room going. And, you know, let them know, ladies, you can't flat out sell no coochie up here because it's against the law. However, you know, I know things be popping out. Make sure, you know, for their safety, I may have one camera or two back there for their own safety. You know, have to see what the regulation is about that. You know, 'cause I know they're regulated through some higher board or something within that state. So I'll find out what the rules are. I want to keep everybody safe, but what we're not going to do is the foolishness up in there. Yeah, just bring it in. You know, and, you know, just have fun. Oh, yeah. It won't be, let me see. I'll have all kinds of women, black females, mixed, Latina, cute white girls. Yeah, have a even blend. Make sure everyone's height and weight is proportionate. I'm not going to have them extra thick chicks up in there. You go to the hood strip clubs for that. I want some fine fit ones. You know, she can be 5'10", but weigh about 155, 160, maybe 165 for that wagon thing. You know, it's a little more. She probably need about a couple more pounds added, you know, to that wagon. But other than that, you know, and I also let the ladies know you have a gym membership. And I'm gonna examine them to see now who in here got butt shots, because butt shots are not allowed. Booty shots are not allowed up in here because it makes you look like a light bulb. That round circle and those skinny ass legs. We're not doing that up here. That looks nasty. We need naturally attractive, fine women. And to my bouncers will be big guys, but they'll be appropriate professional big guys, because I'll let them know, don't put the 2-piece and a pepper on the men. If they, you know, they get a little out of line, don't y'all take your girlfriend frustrations or your children frustration or your home life frustration out on the customers. You know they drunk, so I just need you to use the CPI. You grab his arm, you grab that arm, and y'all just kind of carry him on out, and then don't chuck him on the ground. Just escort him out and say, sir, I'm sorry. You violated rules for this evening, but however, you're more than welcome to come back next weekend. You know, because these little hood clubs, them bouncers can't wait to put that Chuck Norris, that Mayweather on them, that Mike Tyson, poop, put them, you know, can't wait to put the chokehold on them and just, don't humiliate and dog out the dudes. I don't need you to do that. And I'm not allowing men in there wearing tennis shoes of any kind. You must be dressed nice. If it's some jeans, make them be some nice jeans and nice shoes, a nice shirt. You know, we can look good and be trashily entertained at the same time. You know, keep no hoodies, none of this. No, you go to, like the man say, you can go to Prime, you can go somewhere with that. You can twerk on their stuff. You can be, so I want a particular level of cats up in there. Yeah, you got to keep it nice, because you start letting the hood in, it's going down. Literally going down, the quality and all of that. And then I'll need the women to come in and practice. No, go somewhere and practice. We don't need no lazy strippers. Because You know, too thick to twerk. Got dents and flabby meat everywhere. No, little mama, you go. I know some place where you can go. Yeah, Eric, like a gentleman's club, something like that. You know, they're real pretty, cute, you know, nice. They don't have on beat face makeup, so you don't look like they some trans people or nothing. They look like actual women with little makeup. They can have their hair, you know, look nice. Like they're auditioning to be one of the Dallas Cowboy cheerleaders or something. With booty. And nice legs. They all know those girls are cute. They just don't have that much booty. Like they're Hooter girls. I said, yeah, it is Hooters. You have all their breasts, but you are a pancake back there. Even they got black girls with their Hooters. I said, damn, they found black girls with flat backs? Wow, they ain't playing about this Hooter thing. Their thing is Hooters. Okay, that's why I try to get up in Twin Peaks and all that other shit. But anyway, yeah, that's how. But also, ladies, I haven't left you out. Say I'll open up a strip club for y'all, for all men. Men dancers. What I'm saying is men dancers, and it'll be all ladies. Now I asked the guys. Who in here is guys. No, I have to ask if gay or straight, man. You know, if you're gay, do you have a problem with women rubbing on your arm or rubbing on your leg and all that? If you don't have a problem, you can. But if you like, get back in the sea fish. Well, I don't need you to be a dancer. Maybe you can be a bartender, bro. It's cool. I don't mind, but you know, because we want the customers to be, happy. The Boom Boom Room will still be active in my male exotic dancer strip club for women. But I have to have a camera just for the safety of everybody. Make sure everything is all right. You know, I'll find out what the regulations are. Shit. But let's say if I were to open stuff like that, I don't know if I'd ever go into business. Even though you make a lot of money, and that kind of me a strip club owner, man, that go against everything I talk about, wouldn't it? But it'd be volunteer. I don't know. I have to table that. But let me end it by this thing I saw recently. Black Lives Matter in Switzerland. They wanted to nominate them for a Nobel Peace Prize. So I guess those 3 lesbians who used the deaths of black males to push their lesbian agenda on the black community, they're getting a Nobel Peace Prize. When there was nothing peaceful about what they were doing. It was very deliberate in a way in which they said no straight men allowed. We want to push women and children only, but no straight men. Unless our trans and queer brothers, that's the only time they mention black men, our trans and queer brothers. See, y'all hear me when I talk about white folks and what they push? Because if you understand how Black Lives Matter came about, it's white LGBT approved, but funded by an old Jewish guy, George Soros. So, of course, they're going to continue to fund the foolishness. And I'm not one for them naming streets Black Lives Matter way like they tried to do in Memphis. All the stuff that's going on in Memphis, Tennessee, those black Greek letter city councilmen and women want to put down a goddamn sign that goes down to the jail. Call it Black Lives Matter. Man, people told them anew when they had to have an attitude. We don't need that. We have poverty going on. Education is crap. You gonna use your city council seat for that mess? I'm telling y'all, these people are not out here to try to help. They're trying to do easy stuff so they can push their own political career. You can't move far in politics actually helping people. Did y'all know that? I think this was any profession, but mainly politics, especially Democratic politics. They can't move far. But they can inspire you. But they have the position and power to help. If they can use their power to fund a $500 million plus stadium, they can't get $200 million for neighborhood revitalization. I'm telling y'all, y'all are not asking enough from these politicians. You're just happy. Well, they got elected this, they got elected that, but no, well, put them to work. And hell no, Black Lives Matter should not be getting a Nobel Peace Prize. But again, this white people stuff, they're nominating them for that crap. Eric Mayfield said, you notice you haven't heard a lot about them lately? Yeah, because once the election is over, One has got a movie deal. The other one has got another kind of deal. And I haven't heard. The third one is trying to rebrand herself like she's not even part of that anymore. Oh, they got black folks good with this one. Yeah, the name itself, Black Lives Matter, is a good little slogan, but it's not what it's about. It was manipulation. It was a Trojan horse. They came in under the guise of equality and getting rights for blacks. But we already had that. We already had this. Was called the Civil Rights Movement. They ain't doing anything no different except for cause people out there to get shot in the face with rubber bullets, get their ass whooped. I didn't go to none of that crap. I went out there to look and see who's out there, but I don't participate in marches and all that shit. It's stupid. I like boots on the ground for when we talking to each other, correcting each other, solving our own problems. I'm not one for marches. I've witnessed marches. I like to look at them, but I'm not going to be a part of that crap. They don't do anything. That stuff is, I guess you go up there just for the attention that it garners. But as soon as they're over, people go to the liquor stores, go to the bars, and they start having conversation. Man, you see my sign? Man, I was out there, man, them folks were mad them all. Yelling at the police and all that. Man, that's not cool. But yeah, so that, if you haven't heard that, that's what's going on. And so I guess since I'm up, it's about to be 9 o'clock, I can fold the laundry from yesterday, probably give me a few push-ups in. Because I'm telling y'all, if you are not taking advantage of this pandemic, I need to make me a morning shake too while I'm at it. Yeah. If you're not taking advantage of the pandemic, please do so. Create that business. Those of you at home with your children and your husbands and your wives, reconnect, get to know each other again. Because I know work separated us, kept us apart in school. But now you're in the home together. Reconnect, rebuild the family bond that brought you two together 10 years ago, 20 years ago, or 3 years ago. Use the time for that. Hit the gym. Get your exercise goals, your weight goals together. Get your professional goals. This is the time to do it, because we're not going to get what is called a day off from life again after they get through with this. Write that book. Start that business, because business is going to become more and more virtual. I'm telling you, it's a lot of pluses to this pandemic. Also, get that mental health help. Get that, during the pandemic. Go see that therapist. Go see that counselor. What else? Just take advantage of it. We've been out since March. This March, coming up, will make a year off from life. Regardless of what the politicians are doing, we still have the power to do things, not only individually, but in our own families and our own communities. And that's what we should be doing, looking out for each other. All the things that I've said, hopefully, is all wrapped up in what I'm saying now. All we have is us. We're screaming for justice, but it's just us in this criminal justice system. And we don't all have to agree politically. We don't all have to agree religiously. We don't all have to agree on a lot of philosophy, but we have to agree that we're all black. And we have to agree, we must agree that we have. And as always, I thank y'all so much for just hollering at me, or allowing me to just share my thoughts with you. Again, I can't be anything if I want anything else if I wanted to. I'm a black dude. I'm proud of it. I'm going to die black. Even at 52, I meet a cute little 30-year-old, and she decide, something happens, oh, I'm pregnant. She's going to be black. Yeah, she is. She's black like me, not ambiguously racial black mixed. She's going to be black. And by the way, when I say that stuff, I don't have anything disparaging against biracial or mixed folks. There are a lot of beautiful mixed people, period, men and women. And I'm not saying that to put them down, to say they're less than. What I'm saying is, black people, we have a lot to do. Actual black people. Because we got mixed folks in our families, we got gays in our families. When I talk about the LGBT, I'm talking about the politics of the LGBT. Not them as gay people as in their humanity. And that's what I'm always speaking against, the politics of these groups. Their politics suck. It's always something that stumps us in the throat or stepping on us to get past. I don't like that. And yes, I'll date a cute biracial chick. and we'll do it. Yeah. If it goes further, it is what it is. So don't to my extra light skin and my mixed folks out there, my mixed women and my mixed brothers. No, I'm not. I don't feel anything disparaging about you. No, you can't help how your mother and father got together and created you. You know, if you cool, I'm cool. Same thing with Caucasians. You behave, I behave, but I still understand your advantage. I don't give a damn how liberal, how nice you are. I still understand your advantage. If you want to be cool that you are black folks, join us in the reparations movement. Other than that, I don't give a fuck about how much you. Well, we're all people. No, we're not all people. We're all the same. No, we're not all the same. Genetically, biologically, and based on the Constitution of this country, we're not all the same. I need black folks to stop falling for that foolishness. We are a separate, unique entity. We are. We're black folks. And people don't like to say, well, you keep calling black is a color and all that. It's a social construct. No, race is a social construct. Black is a color. See, those are the retarded people who want to have white girlfriends and white husbands. Even if I went along with that, see, I live in the now and I understand the politics. When you say black, it means something very specific. You ever notice that Joe Biden never says black people? He says Indian people, Pacific Islanders, minorities, and people of color. He never says black, but say what you want to say. Trump always is very specific about black people or African American, because he understood that we were a group. But the racist, elitist people like Biden, Harris. And Harris mentioned black folks when she said, I'm not going to do anything specific for black people. That's when she mentioned blacks. Like, specifically, I ain't doing nothing for y'all, but I'll do something specific for gays. I'll do something specific for those illegal immigrants coming across the southern border. See? Listen. They telling you. And I'll say black, because I know what that means. Now, I know culturally, black folks, we got black folks who are in South America. We got black people in Africa, of course, the home, Africa. But what differentiates us is culture. We got American culture, Latin culture, African culture. I want us to bridge the cultures. No, I'm talking black folks that look like us. I mean, like this. No, this. Black people. From those other cultures. Because, see, let's say she may not be an American black woman, but if you see her, you look at her and say, you think she's a sister from America, but she could be a sister from Barbados, from Colombia, from Africa, of course. Man, if I can get hold of one of those Kenyans, one of those cuties from Ethiopia or Eritrea, man, you want them little cuties. Shit, she can be from Cameroon too. Just she find one of the cute ones. But culturally, and I'm saying culturally, something nice and sweet and feminine, and who likes men. I'm past all these damn debates, and I know right off the bat if I'm gonna like you past sex. I listen to the language. You get to hollering, women to this and women this. Okay. Well, you think, men, that's so sexist. When I hear women use the word sexist, misogyny, or toxic, I know I'm not going to like you past sex. I'm not going to throw the baby out the bathwater because you're a feminist bitch. As long as you behave, and we can behave well enough, to get past the dinner or to get past the drinks and conversation, man, move my headboard around, I'm cool. But I'm not going to like you like that because you don't like me like that as a man. I can't stand a feminist. Oh my God, they're disgusting people. They mean men and families no good. When I hear these young black girls, these older black women with that, so that's what you think, I'm not here to debate you, especially on no Friday and Saturday night and alcohol's being served. I'm not here to debate with no woman. That's moving and grooving hour. After 9 p.m. on a Friday and Saturday night, we ain't finna debate shit. Because as old folks would say, your old aunties say, child, you ain't gonna worry me. Just like that regular conversation, be nice. Let me be absorbed by your feminine energy. Let me soak it in good, like a nice warm 70 degree day. Let me That's what I like to do. I like to be engulfed by your beauty and your feminine energy and nature. That's what I like. That's what turns me on. Not your combative, argumentative foolishness. That don't work for me at all. And I'll smile and all that, but I ain't fooling with you. And ladies, that's what got a lot of y'all with an empty ring finger. Yeah, dudes will screw you, but they ain't gonna fool with you. I know, and I think a lot of women, when they get past 30 years old, they realize, damn, these dudes don't want to do nothing but screw. Because you're a bitch. But a man ain't gonna turn out. We ain't gonna throw the baby out the bathwater. So anyway, yeah, but listen to Sister Sherazade Ali sometimes, and I know other women who talk about, well, how about this? Change the music you listen to. Get some Anita Baker in your life. Get some of the first 3 CDs of India.Arie in your life. Who else? Get some classic Aretha Franklin and Gladys Knight in your life. Some classic Shaka Khan. Get some soft, soothing, feminine music in your life and stop listening to this hard-ass rap music. If I can teach young men one thing, the one thing you don't want to do is date a female who likes rap music more than you do. It's not going to work out well for you. Get you a young lady who likes, and even the ones who love gospel all day long. That's annoying. That's, soft feminine music, soul, good soul music. But if she likes rap music more than you like, brother, more than you like it, rap music it's a hard ass music. I'm talking about the rap that they making now, not the hip hop that we all dance together on and fight the power and we doing the but sax eye, all that. The rap music that brought us together. We can dance with each other. But this mess that these young people listen to, and I like the beats, and I enjoy the beats. And city girls, look. I'm not a prude and I'm not perfect. I'm just in practice. On my way to, if I ever get perfect, that ain't gonna happen. I'm just gonna continue to practice. But yeah, city girl, that job, I'm a job. I can't watch the video because it's got a lot of trans foolishness in it. But I'm a job, and I've only watched WAP video one time because I felt like I needed a bath afterwards. I felt itchy. It was just a disgusting video to watch. But I understand it, but I get it, and those are songs I want to hear. I like to hear in the club when women are in there because I want to see them dance to all of them. Yeah, but that shouldn't be the songs that young women absorb every day. Because when music gets into your mind or your immature mind, if it's not able to handle that, I can listen to that stuff and move on. It doesn't cause me to project when I see other people. But young people, their minds are still formulating. Teenagers and all that stuff. Because your brain stops. Your brain matures, or it stops maturing at 25 or something like that. Between 21, 23, or 25, around there. So you listen to, even when you put drugs in your brain and your body, it goes to your brain, messing with the maturation process or development, and then you put music, particular music. It's an experiment that's done all the time. Play jazz to a pregnant woman's belly, and the child comes out more responsive and a lot more intelligent than those you just fed McDonald's to while you were pregnant. Damn, it's something else. I'm going to save it for next time. But anyway, speaking of when pregnant women eat and how they behave. But Stephanie Parham, good morning. Stephanie Hudson, good morning. Yeah, and she listen to that hard-ass rap music. I mean, and the way all these young women is coming out, Saweetie and Mulatto and City Girls and Meg Thee Stallion and Cardi B and all this hard-ass, prostitute, stripper-ass rap music. Now, it works to the benefit, makes sex easier to get. But the ladies are sexualizing themselves and then accuse men of, you just sexualizing, objectifying women, but they're objectifying themselves. I'm just following your lead. You got all your tits out, your ass is booty and shaking and camel toe everywhere popping. Baby, I'm just following your lead. Guess who else lead I followed when she made music? Anita Baker. I always mention her, but it's a lot of more others, of course. But Anita Baker, she always presented sultry but a lady. Sensuality, but no, it was sexy but sensual. She was always a lady. Even when she would have her thing over in her body and soul, she had her shoulders out about this much of cleavage, and her legs were, just she. You all know what I'm talking about. Those of you who are ladies out there, Anita Baker. She's always put up as a standard of what how a woman should act and look in her image. All of it. Even when she wore her little fitted dresses, they were very ladylike and sultry. You didn't think about, man, I put Anita Baker's legs in the air, man, bang her box out. You didn't think like that. You'd think like, I'd like to take her out to dinner and get to know who she is. And, if you want to have sex with her, you thought about having sex, it'll be a love-making session. It wouldn't be a pop that coochie, hey, shake that pussy, bitch. It wouldn't be like that. It would be very sensuous, very sultry, very sexy. Because that's what Anita Baker presented in her music and her femininity, the way she moved her hands and the dresses that she wore and the way she did that. Lured you in. She pulled in men. She didn't pull in predators and sexual deviants. Like the way these young girls are doing now. They pull in everything that has a zipper. And then they say, all these dudes, all they want to talk about is sex. Well, that's what you're putting out, baby. I know it's a double standard. But image is everything. What you present is everything. And I love Anita Baker. I swear I do. And it's her. And even go back. I would say Aretha Franklin, but y'all go back to the 70s to see some of the outfits she wore. Like, really, Aretha? Okay. But Shaka, she was very sweetly dressed and nice, and she wasn't naked. She probably had her stomach out and little broad things and all, but they were still ladies. And Gladys Knight always had on some kind of evening gown or ball gown or dressed up like she was heading to the prom. Or she was a guest at a very high-end wedding. She always dressed nice. She never presented that other stuff. But, you attract what you present. And these little thotty little girls making this music. It's almost like, these little hood guys, they give record contracts to rap. They look all unbathed. They look unclean. Hell, even the guns look dirty that they have in the videos. I said, damn, I never noticed dirty guns before. It's like, shit. They all look like they need tetanus shots. Y'all remember those shots? Tetanus shots. That's what all these little rappers, they all look like they need a change. They need a bath, a change of clothes, new packs of underwear from where you get new drawers from? Walmart. They don't look clean. They look like they can use a checkup at the hood clinic, not at the doctor, but at the clinic, and they need shots for stuff. They don't look clean. So then you got the city girls and Cardi B and Meg Thee Stallion and all these people. They look like they don't bathe either. All that damn twerking. I said, man, that's a lot of sweat. You said, well, why don't they take showers after those damn videos? Why don't they take showers, period? Oh, I'm sorry, period. Shout out to the city girls. But you got Young Miami and JT and city girls. Young Miami look way better than JT. JT look like somebody just broke out of juvenile hall with a lot of makeup on. Young Miami's a cute little something. But anyway, I mean, because they got bad images, don't make them not be attractive. They're using their attractiveness in a very negative way. And to hear them talk, it's like, damn, y'all should have stayed in school. Y'all hit the streets too soon. They say a lot of weird, illogical things. But they're young hood rappers, so that's how they sound. But anyway, I'm finna go check out for real, y'all. Thank y'all again. And it's 9 o'clock. No, I'm not watching Tamara Hall. Forget her. But anyway, so, yeah. Thank y'all so much. Hit me on the Cash App, the PayPal, and share, like, and subscribe. This on my YouTube channel, Rico the Opinionist. This has been Rico the Opinionist, sharing you about 3 hours worth of thoughts and opinions. Tosha, good morning. And I'll see y'all next time. If I'm not able to sleep, I'll wake up again at 6 in the morning and talk to y'all. But y'all be cool, all right? Peace.